Hello, once again. Thanks for everybody. This is a boxing panel. We was just waiting for everybody to tune in. Salute to everyone. Thanks for dropping through. With everybody get up in here. The link is in the chat. Everybody jump in when you get in. It's all good. What these moments?
What's good, brother?
Be in the building. Salute to you.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on the panel. Let me just premise the whole conversation by saying, I appreciate the fact that we were able to let bygones be bygones because, other people were saying whatever they were trying to do to add fuel to the fire. But, I know it was the first time me and you had a conversation, you know what I'm saying? But, I got a little smoke with people that you go onto certain channels. I'm not going to mention their names, you know what I'm saying? But, I got a little bit of smoke with them, but I never had smoke with you, you know what I'm saying? We just disagreed on a topic, you know what I mean? So that's what boxing conversations are about, you know what I mean?
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, for sure. Who is this?
So I want to let you. That's why a lot of people started like coming on over here from Punch because I know off the top that you're not pushing a specific narrative. You're just trying to say what you feel about boxing. That's exactly why you have a boxing channel to give your point of view. You feel me?
For sure, man. For sure.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back.
What's going on, Guido?
Hey, I just want to apologize what happened last time, you know what I'm saying? It was a little heated debate, you know what I mean?
It wasn't personal, bad. It wasn't personal. Yeah. That's what me and Glenn
No. You know, I apologize, man. You know what I'm saying? If I went a little
appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's all good, man.
Yeah, okay.
It's all good, man.
So what are we talking about today?
Man, let's get back on what the topic of the conversation
was. Okay. I got
pound for pound and everything, man. It seems to be a big issue in boxing. Since Canelo is up here trying to get Anthony Yildirim to fight next, how much does that diminish his status as pound for pound? Who's next? If he's not pound for pound, who's next?
So if I could respond to that, because I was just touching on that on Punch's channel, I think that a lot of people got to realize that one of the benefits of the franchise championship, right, is the fact that he can move to any weight class and be in the mix for the conversation for whatever title. See what I'm saying? And so because it was an interim title that was vacant, people had to express interest in it. And he was one of the ones. I've seen the list. I forgot whose channel did it, but somebody showed the list of who expressed interest. And I didn't know who was going to express interest. There was other people's name. Callum Smith was there, but the WBC, of course, they were going to give it to Canelo first because he's the franchise champion. So they gave it to him, and I already knew that. That's just common sense business. Like that's what the franchise. If they don't do that, then the franchise title really has no weight because that means that you can't go and kind of lobby for your own shot at the title. So then when he did that, I knew they were going to give it to Canelo, but I didn't know who else out of that list they were going to give it to. So if anybody's to blame for Anthony Yildirim, it's WBC. It's not Canelo. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a reason they all pick Yildirim because Yildirim was a mandatory. So no matter, that's why every single boxer who did a request pick Yildirim because he was a mandatory. So if you didn't pick him, you wouldn't get the fight unless you're Canelo.
All right, and I never heard of him before that. That's why I'm trying to say like I know people were saying that they knew him, but I didn't know who he was. So that's why I'm just saying I seen his name on the list, but I didn't know who they were going to pick. I would have thought they would have picked Callum Smith because he's more popular, but it's not a popularity contest really. It's about who's mandatory in what division. So. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They brought up Yildirim before the actual fight between Benavidez. They were talking about whoever wins this fight has to fight Yildirim because he's the next mandatory. And then after that, they were saying then it was Callum Smith after Yildirim as far as mandatory status.
Okay.
Do y'all think it's right for Anthony Yildirim to get that fight with Canelo Alvarez for the vacant?
He's a mandatory. He's a mandatory.
I know he's a mandatory, but.
I get it. So business is business, but honestly speaking, World Combat, I would have liked to see him fight somebody else. But for anybody that thinks that Canelo doesn't have a plan of actually trying to unify in 168, you got another thing coming. I think he's going to try to become undisputed at 168. He found his weight. He went up to 175. He was at 160. He was uncomfortable in both weight classes. He's going to try to do it. And mark my words, I will bet, on future fights, I will bet money with anybody. You could hold me accountable to that.
Man, that's gonna be a tough gauntlet to run.
Coming. Yeah, my response. Work on that. My response. Man, I respond about because I want to say I feel like Canelo should just focus on 160 or 168. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he can make 160. You know what I'm saying?
If he knocked out Kovalev at 175, bro, he can't go to 160, bro. Like I'm pretty sure he felt like there was too much power because Kovalev was putting in work on him. So I feel like he realized, hey, you know what? If I fucking fight a Bivol or a Beterbiev, bro, they'll probably like win the fight. So I'm pretty sure he probably moved down. It was too risky. You know, he did knock him out in the later rounds. It wasn't like it was a whitewash. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo probably figured, you know what? Let me go to 168. I'll probably feel more comfortable there.
Yeah, I think the 168 is popping right now. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of fighters at 168. You know, it's a kind of hot division right now. You know what I mean? And then the super on the middleweights. You know what I mean? So I think Canelo just needs to focus on 168. That's my opinion on that.
Out of 168, who's Canelo's toughest fight out of that? Caleb or Benavidez?
That's I don't say David Benavidez, but the problem with David Benavidez, he's very undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? It's like damn, because I love David Benavidez. He needs to step it up with his diet or stop fucking around.
Go ahead, I gotta respond to that too.
Okay, I think it's actually Billy Joe Saunders because he gives Canelo a different look. Benavidez, I think he's like too young, too inexperienced. Canelo would just eat him alive with his counter shots and win the fight. He may not be able to knock him out. Maybe he can, but he'll definitely win him by points. And as far as Caleb Plant, that's just a joke. Caleb Plant will be knocked out in 3 rounds.
No, I don't think so. I think Caleb Plant got killed. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm just saying he giving Caleb Plant no shot. Damn, I like Caleb's style.
No,
Caleb got skills, man.
Plant got skills. Yeah, I won't say, but I say Canelo still beat him. But I say he'll give him a tougher fight than I expected. You know what I mean?
Look, I'll say Caleb Plant might be more skilled than Jaleel Saunders, but the style matchup, Caleb Plant is just not there. He's just not there. He's slower. He's like the movement. I don't like it as much. Jaleel Saunders is like more swifty. He's like up for he's like a playoff Rondo. He comes in. It's a big fight. Big game. He comes in and just scores. But Caleb Plant, he hasn't proved anything yet, and I think Canelo just demolished the guy.
Caleb Plant haven't proved nothing because don't nobody want to fight him.
Facts. What up, Batman? Hey, smash the like button, people. Whoever came over here in the chat, smash the like button.
Wait, didn't Canelo already send Caleb Plant 2 chances to fight Canelo, and he's rejected both?
No. He's trying to do the same thing he did to Kovalev. Don't give Caleb Plant a chance at a decent
fight camp.
At a decent fight camp. He's trying to do the same thing.
When does Canelo fight? Ask anybody when Canelo fights, and they'll tell you. When does Canelo fight? Ask anybody, they'll tell you the dates he fights on.
The dates he fights on, he wanna fight the mandatory for the WBC championship. What the WBC should mandate Caleb Plant to fight for that title. And then Caleb Plant told Canelo, give me more time. I'm just coming off a training camp and a fight. Give me more time and I will fight you. But they didn't want to do that.
Okay, after COVID.
Benavidez, you mean?
No, he's talking about Canelo.
This was recent?
Canelo wanted to fight on May 5th or whatever.
Okay.
They buzzed around that, but he had a 2-month turnaround, so he didn't want to fight it. You know what I mean?
It was 3 months.
People gonna call it a duck. You know what I mean? I don't believe it was necessarily a duck. Yeah, that's what I said.
Coming off his fight with Vincent Feigenboots, David Benavidez dropped that contract out there and tried to get him too with a short fight camp.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, post COVID, Canelo tried to fight Plant 2. Plant wanted nothing of it. He just had 8 months off?
No. He just came off a fight. And Canelo tried to fight him off a 2-month layoff. Just to give him 2 months to get ready for the fight.
Post COVID, he's fought. When was this? When did Caleb Plant fight last?
No,
in Nashville versus Vincent Feigenboots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about as soon as we came back, Canelo will start to fight him for September, and Caleb Plant rejected.
Yes, he did. Caleb Plant again.
Yes, he did.
No, he had.
I thought it was Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith, and then and Derevchenko too. He offered Derevchenko, and Derevchenko decided to go against Charlo.
Yeah, he never asked him again. Hello?
You make a solid point, man. You make a solid point. I just
Now-
didn't think anybody reached out to him, Caleb Plant, to make this fight.
Now
Yeah.
answer me this though. Why if y'all got so many high praises on Canelo Alvarez, why he's not going to these divisions fighting the best champion?
Okay, I'm asking you the same question about your brother. Your brother's fighting a person who people call two-time email champion. He's going to go up 2 weight divisions. So is that one going to be worthless?
He's the only one trying to fight my brother.
But
He's the
I'm using
only
your own
one.
words.
He's the only
Yeah, but-
young. He's the
Yeah,
only
but try to
young.
answer the question he asked though. Why isn't Canelo trying to fight the best champions though? He has a variety of names. He has a variety of names to choose from.
Did he not fight Triple G, who was the monster at 160? Did he not fight the second?
No,
What about Danny Jacobs when he beat the unification fight with Danny Jacobs at 168?
Listen,
Who was
man.
ranked number top 3?
All right, listen to this. Listen to this. He fought all them dudes when he saw chink in their armors. He didn't fight. He won. He had the WBC championship at 160 and got rid of it and went back down to 54. Why he ain't fight Triple G right then and there?
I got a question for you. Who exposed Triple G?
Danny Jacobs.
Nah, Danny Jacobs ain't exposed him.
He stopped his 23-fight win knockout streak.
No, Danny Jacobs ain't exposed him. What's his name? Kell Brook exposed him, but Danny Jacobs gave everybody more confidence.
Well,
Wait,
stopping
Kell
the
Brook?
23-fight knockout streak is a lot. In my opinion.
Yeah, listen what I said. Listen to what I'm saying. Kell Brook showed you can outbox Triple G.
That's what Danny Jacobs showed, and Danny Jacobs fought him first.
Danny Jacobs gave people more confidence into that.
Some people thought Danny Jacobs won, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, a lot of people thought Danny Jacobs won.
I've been trying to. Man.
I didn't never say he didn't. Listen what I said. Listen what I said. I said Kell Brook showed you can outbox Triple G. Danny Jacobs gave everybody else more confidence in the fight to him.
Okay,
Look
then
how-
who exposed Jacobs?
Who?
Jacobs
Who
still
exposed
lost to
Jacobs?
Canelo.
Oh,
Who exposed Jacobs then?
That Jacobs
You're making
and
a better
Canelo
point for
fight,
Canelo, if anything.
that Jacobs and Canelo fight wasn't no Canelo ain't dominate Danny Jacobs. He beat him. He ain't dominate no Danny Jacobs.
So you're saying when there's an elite versus an elite, it becomes a close fight?
You say what?
So when you're saying when there's an elite versus an elite, it becomes a close fight. Is that what we want?
No, I'm just saying he ain't dominate Danny Jacobs. And
But you think
then
he's not fighting the best?
he didn't. That tie, that draw with Triple G won that fight.
Okay, how about fight number 2?
Fight number 2, you could have. Fight number 2, he won off the pressure. He won off being the most pressure fighter. But the first fight, Triple G landed more punches, threw more punches, was the aggressor. I'm just saying, somebody stop me if I'm wrong. So how did he lose that fight?
Yeah, I would actually. It sounds like you're making a better argument for Terrence Crawford if he fights somebody that's valuable right now. Like Errol Spence, to me, is not pound for pound number 1 yet. You know what I mean? Like Terrence Crawford was undisputed. No.
Nobody said. Listen,
Okay.
he went undisputed.
But when we talk about who's number 1, right? Pound for pound. Is that the conversation?
If you, man, I don't know who's pound for pound.
So that's what I'm saying. So then you have to make a case of who's better than Canelo. And
Yeah,
then
Mark,
you're
anyway.
talking about Lomachenko.
And who has a better resume than Canelo? Not only that, who has a
That's
way
what
better
I'm saying.
resume than Canelo.
Yeah.
Besides Manny Pacquiao. Who has done it?
Canelo Alvarez's resume is not that great.
But who
What's
has
the
a
better
better
one?
one?
When you really go down it, he beat all past prime fighters.
Who has a
Jacob?
better one?
Go
Jacob
look
was
it
past
up.
his prime.
Who?
Jacob was past his prime.
I ain't talking about Jacobs.
You said all. How
So
about
who you
Lara?
talking
Was
about?
Lara past his prime?
Excluding Jacobs. Excluding
Okay,
Jacobs.
Lara.
Go down the list of his opponents.
Lara.
Oh, who?
Lara.
Lara beat him.
Lara did not beat him. They look at the box
Man,
tracks.
listen. I don't care
They look
what
at the
the
box
judges
tracks.
say.
They look at the box tracks.
I don't care what the judges say. Lara beat that fight.
Okay.
Yeah, we know that. We know that language, but on
Hey,
box record, it says
Hey,
otherwise.
what rounds did Lara win? Give me the rounds you gave him. You said
What?
he beat him. Give me the rounds. Give me the rounds that Lara beat Canelo. Please,
Let's
please,
go
please,
back.
come on.
No,
No, come on,
Don't
please,
make me
please,
go
please,
off-
please.
Don't
Please,
make me go off memory. Want me and you sit down and watch the fight, and I can tell you every round he won.
Tell me when. You're on.
Whenever
You said
want
to do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Whenever you want to.
Hey, just tell me the time. Hey, we should actually have Punch do it as well. Be a big platform. Maybe we'll see, and then you could break down the Lara versus Canelo fight. Because I guarantee you're not gonna like what you're gonna see, especially when the stats come into play.
Listen, my Instagram name is everything still cruddy. You can go on my if you go on my inbox, give me your number. I will call you and we can break down the tape.
All right, that's fine. Because
only thing I'm gonna suggest is don't go to Chick-fil-A, please. Don't support Chick-fil-A. That's all I'm gonna say. Go have lunch somewhere else. All right, guys.
I don't eat fast food anyway.
That's what's up.
Who's number 2 on your pound for pound bet, man? Because
Man,
you got to put
Terrence
Canelo
Crawford.
as number 1 pound for pound, man.
Terrence Crawford.
I mean, it's not even an argument. World Combat that he's number 1. Come on, man. It's
No, I'm
not
just
even an
saying,
argument.
as far as his resume and the names that he has on there, man, he has some. It don't matter if they was past their prime. He has all the names that people would dream to have on their resume.
As far as his resume,
Excluding James Crooker.
His resume, you going with his resume, he's a cheat, and he avoided a fighter to become undisputed. He avoided a fighter to become undisputed.
Well, there's no criteria that says it knocks you down a notch in the pound for pound list if you test for Computerol.
Wait, so that means you don't rank so that means you don't rank Mayweather in your top 10 then, because he was never disputed.
No, Mayweather for the best. Mayweather for 21.
That's their prime.
When? Who was past that prime? Who was past
Come
that
on,
prime?
man. You know it's true, bro. Come on.
Oscar?
The only person that was past that prime was De La Hoya.
Nah, hell nah, bro. And I love Mayweather, bro. I bought every single fight, bro.
I'm
Since
talking
he
about the
beat De La
130.
Hoya, since he became the A side, I paid for every single fight.
Listen, matter of fact, let me say Pretty Boy. Yeah, Pretty Boy.
Pretty Boy was good. Pretty Boy was good. Mayweather was a diva.
No, Pretty Boy fought the best.
Money May was a kind of a diva, and then that's what Canelo's doing right.
He was a businessman.
I can understand the hate, you know what I mean? People want to see him lose, but he's being a diva just like everybody else.
But he was a businessman. But when Floyd Mayweather was a young man, Floyd Mayweather fought the best. Everybody they thought that was the best and put him in front of him, he fought him and beat him. Before he got that status, Money Mayweather, he was fighting the best. He made Diego Corrales, a young Diego Corrales, look like he never boxed a day in his life.
He didn't fight Paul Williams. He didn't fight Margarito. You know what I'm saying? He fought Cotto after Prime. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that feel like Pacquiao was 5 years too late. I'm just giving you facts, bro. And I love Mayweather, bro. And I love Mayweather. I'm not a Mayweather hater at all.
I understand that. From 130 to 135, Mayweather already solidified himself. From 130 to not even 135. From 130 to 140, Mayweather solidified himself. He fought Zab Judah. He fought who else he fought?
Jose Castillo.
He fought Sean Bay Mitchell. He fought come on, man. He fought
Chop Corley.
Chop Corley. He fought, come on, man, he fought a lot of people. Go down this list.
You want to mention Gotti? You want to mention him?
You can mention Gotti.
But we weren't talking about past the prime, right?
So Gotti was past his
What?
prime?
Gotti was old. He'd already, you know.
I mean, Gotti had been beat on a lot, so yeah.
He been
Yeah, a
in
lot of
wars.
war.
He was
That
in
was one of the
wars.
last ones. Yeah.
But at that time, at 140, Gotti was perceived as the best, as one of the best. No, not the best, as one of the best. He
Definitely, yeah, definitely, and that's the same thing about the Kovalev thing that I say, right? It's just like it's not like
no.
you
Kovalev
but
ain't
just
fight
hold on.
one. Kovalev
But
ain't
I'm
fight
just saying-
one of the best at 178, at 175 to consider be the reemerging of his career. He ain't fight one of the best. He fought a man. Come on, man.
But also you saw who Gotti fought also before he fought Floyd. Like it wasn't like. All I'm saying is Gotti was at the end of it, and at the end of a actually Hall of Fame career, right?
But
he only had like a couple more fights after that.
He had a
He had
reemerging.
a couple more fights after that, right? And
He had a reemerging in his career at the time. He had a reemerging in his career. He went off and what, like 4.
Fought what? You went out, man.
Wins. I said,
yeah, but who he went against? If you remember those wins, they weren't like. I mean, he was accused of weight bullying. They had to do like same day weigh-ins, and those guys he was beating on, they weren't anybody. They weren't, there were no great shakes.
Yo,
I
Snoop,
mean, I get it. I'm just saying that he was at the end of his career. I'm not trying to crap on Gotti or Kovalev. I'm just trying to put in context where they were on the nights of the fight.
I mean, the last 3 fighters he fought.
If you always say Gotti, you say he fought Zab Judah when Zab Judah was in his.
Hey, when he comes back, Smoke, let him reiterate because I didn't hear what he said neither. I don't think anybody heard what he said.
Yeah, I think it dropped off because of the connection. But yeah, I just wanted to say peace to World Combat. It's my first time on the panel. Thanks for having me. I know Guido and Glenn. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? What's up, bro?
What's up? What's good, man?
Peace to the chat. So I heard you say that there's no criteria for glenbuterol when it comes to pound for pound, and Batman said there should be. And I just wanted to just put 2 ideas out there. First off, there's no criteria for pound at all, right? You can just come up with a pound for pound, and if you can justify it, you can justify it. I feel like there's too much drug use in the sport, and I think with a sport like boxing, you need to. I think that even though it's definitely predicated on violence, you need to pay some deference to fighter safety. And if you're gonna have rules about what can be in a fighter's body on the night of the fight or throughout whatever process, then that fighter needs to adhere to those rules. And if you're gonna say, for me, I feel like you shouldn't penalize guys who you think are doing it the right way, by giving somebody who definitely has been proven to have something in the system when he shouldn't have, to elevate them over. I just can't feel it. Anyway,
but when it comes to brutal, other sports has already acknowledged that it's an issue in Mexico where tainted meat will have them step dirty. Whole soccer teams, whole football teams have all been like popped because they're going out to go eat, and then they pop dirty.
Yeah, that's
so
fine. That means that's fine. Listen, if you want to say that he didn't intentionally do it, that's fine with me. I'm not trying to vilify Canelo. I'm just saying I'm doing an objective list for my metrics for pound for pound. I know that Canelo didn't eat the meat, right? So I know that Loma didn't eat the meat. When I'm looking at guys who are as complete fighters, who are skilled and also doing their thing in the sport, right? If not for that drug test, I would have Canelo number 1, just straight up. I'm just saying.
For me,
let me ask you this: when we come to the pound for pound, and go ahead, Batman. Go ahead. What you saying, man?
For me, with the drug test and him avoiding Demetrius Andre, I probably would have him at number 1. But he avoided a fighter. He avoided a dangerous fighter, and he been doing it. But because he avoided. Look how long it took him to fight Triple G. He waited Triple G.
Didn't Bubba turn on the fight though?
Huh?
Then Boo Boo turned down the fight.
No, Boo Boo ain't turned down no fight.
Wasn't the fight made already, and at the last minute, Boo Boo turned down the fight?
No, that was with
Charlo.
Charlo.
Yeah, what Boo Boo did, Boo Boo, I thought that too actually. So I understand what you're trying to say. What Boo Boo did was when they brought up the fight, they never sent him a contract or anything. When they brought up the fight, he said, if Canelo ain't taking a pay cut, I'm not taking a pay cut, and I'm not taking no pay cut. And so they just moved on past him. They never actually sent him a contract, because I got confused on that one time when I was talking to a different channel, and then I brought that up, and then I had to educate myself again, and oh shit, I was wrong about that.
And
Well,
Boo Boo
not too many
also
people
said,
actually vote for it, though. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that particular fight, I mean, Canelo and Boo Boo Andrade, no one really talked about it. If it did, happen the way they say it did, no one's really interested in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but listen. All right, listen to this. He posing for Triple G 2 years before he fought him. No, nobody say nothing about that.
okay, can somebody answer me this? What's more rare, a 4-division champion or a unified champion? What's more rare in boxing?
Unified.
Undisputed champion.
There's been over 100 undisputed champions, and there's only been about 20 people who are 4-division champions.
That's what I'm saying.
So if we're looking at fighters who are avoiding people and ducking people and shouldn't be on the pound for pound, when we say the same thing about Lomachenko?
Definitely, I would say that about him too, because he ducked Devin Haney, and y'all keep calling Devin Haney an internet champion, but the
email
guy who
champion.
had the belt. Huh?
How about Spencer Crawford?
Where's Leo Santa Cruz on this pound for pound? He's a 4-division champ.
Yeah, he'll
always
for
on the
division.
pound for pound.
He in the top 15.
He ain't even in the top 50.
Until he loses, he should be top 10, because he has a better resume than most fighters as far as accolades goes. He should deserve to be in the top 10.
How?
Especially
My brother.
I mean,
That's
we
my
start
brother
talking about
for
that.
4
We got to
years.
talk about Mikey Garcia too. He'll 4-division champion too.
Well, Mikey just lost.
And Mikey lost to
Well, he
to
just won
Earl
actually.
Spence. So Mikey lost to Earl Spence. Kell Brook lost to Earl Spence because Kell Brook was in the top 10 pound for pound. He lost to Earl Spence.
So hold on. So y'all saying you got to have an O on your record? Because last time I
No,
checked,
you don't
Khabib
have-
Lomachenko has a 1 on his record. He's in top 2.
Well, you don't need an O, but you need to have a good streak of wins before you qualify again.
Canelo has that one. He has 1 and 1.
Yeah, he won that one. That's what I'm saying.
But how many champions has Lomachenko fought? How many champions has Canelo fought, bro? Forget what order you want to
And
put
the
them in.
names, Glenn. And the names.
I hear you. Canelo has 5 fights, somewhere like that, and Loma has 15.
Correct.
Right, and since don't forget, he went at Toledo, his second fight, and then after that, Gary Russell Jr. And then since then, all he's fought is either champions or ex-champions. That's it.
Well, he fought Gary Russell for a bacon, so he didn't fight him for a champ. He didn't fight him as a champion. They was for the bacon.
Right. But I get you on that. Yeah. I mean, a little bit of semantics there, but you know what I'm saying. But I get what you're saying. But it was still for a championship.
Yeah, it was. So
Yeah,
you're just gonna add in what? Who you gonna add in?
What he's saying? He fight champions or he don't fight nobody at all. That's what he's trying to say.
But Mariega was not a champion. I don't know that he's a former champion. It certainly wasn't at
Who?
what was it? 130? Mariega?
Miguel Mariaga? Yeah, Miguel Mariaga. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, Mariaga. Yeah, you might be right about that one. I don't have the facts in front of me. I'm talking you off the top of the head.
What about Corolla?
I mean, he was a decent champion.
Yeah. What did he hold? He held something, but he didn't hold nothing like of weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
just
he fought for the WBO, right? That's how he got the WBO from Crowder, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because you know how everybody be looking at the other championships, like WBO. I'll be forgetting about though. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought he fought WBO. I thought he fought Corolla in a mandatory. He was already the champ.
He did. Linares and Pedraza was the one who had the belts.
Yeah,
Linares
Pedraza
had the
had
WBA
the
and Linares and the Pedraza had the WBO.
Okay. But and that's how he got all those belts. Like I just watched a photo shoot that ES News was showing the other day, and you see him taking a photo shoot with like fucking 5 belts. You know what I mean? Like, and I know like some of them are not recognized. Like the Ring magazine, everybody knows that it's a belt, but it's not like you don't pay a sanctioning fee. I don't believe. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. I don't know, man. It gets funny that pound for pound, because on the ring, pound for pound, you got Canelo and then Vasily Lomachenko and then Naoya Inoue. And he's a unified champion at the bantamweight division.
Yeah.
Well,
Man, you might as well get Monster anyway to number one.
Yeah. I mean, why Monster and not? I mean, Josh Taylor's a unified champion.
Yeah.
Jose Ramirez is a unified champion.
And what about Usyk? He became undisputed champion. Usyk.
Well, Usyk's no longer a champion.
How about Chocolatito? He's the 4th division world champion.
Usyk moved up. Usyk is in there. Usyk, they have Usyk at number 5 at the ring, pound for pound. And the BWA, they have him number 6.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When did Ring start putting heavyweights as pound for pound guys? Has that been a while?
Well, Usyk, I think, is considered like a tweener, so he's not. He could always come back down, which is why I think because they have him up there. So he's probably been removed on their next list, more likely.
Alexander Usyk was on the pound for pound as unified cruiserweight.
Yeah, there you go.
And they haven't changed him. They haven't changed him.
Yeah, and he hasn't fought in how long? He hasn't fought at cruiserweight since Tony Bellew, right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean,
I'm going to agree with that, actually, with all you guys. I'm going to agree that if Usyk doesn't pull something quick, then I have to hold him accountable just like everybody else is holding Terrence Crawford accountable. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Right now, Manny Pacquiao has shown his age and still beat Keith Thurman. And so, you got to bring him
don't want to know what I really think about that. Y'all don't want to know what I really think about that Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman fight.
Yeah, holla at me.
Don't tell me he got loaded gloves, bro. Don't tell me that.
Well, he wasn't in testing. He wasn't in proper testing, but man, you talking about that?
He didn't do no testing. He didn't do no testing.
So he was on steroids, I guess, huh? He was on steroids on the juice, huh?
All right, listen to this.
Fair enough.
I got a theory. Listen, when he was supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather started pressing about Olympic style testing.
Yeah.
Go back and look at Manny Pacquiao. He stopped looking like a superhero when he fought what's his name? The African dude. What's his name?
Clottey.
Joshua Clottey.
Joshua Clottey. He stopped looking like a superhero. Right after that fight, he stopped looking like a superhero.
But Clottey was all about defense. Do you remember that?
Hey, Batman, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. That's why I knew exactly what you're saying. As soon as you said it, on deck with it.
But Clottey was one of the best defensive people to come out of there, bro.
But listen what I'm saying. No, go look at him after that fight. After the Clottey fight, when he was, this is my theory. When he was trying to get off the juice, he stopped looking like a superhero.
Oh man!
Before he fought Clottey, he never got tired. He always threw punches and bunches. He never got tired. But after Floyd Mayweather started pressing the issue about he thinking he's juicing, when he fought Clottey, he stopped looking like a superhero.
Now, I got to respond to this, guys. I got to respond. 1 second. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet for like 10 minutes if y'all let me get this off.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Clottey, I'm going to tell you right now, dog, like Clottey was like a top 10 boxer that only Cotto had beaten to that point, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And this dude had he had his guards up all freaking fight. So, and you talking about this guy that moved up, Cotto was willing to fight him. Hatton was willing to fight him. That's why they got KO'd. They were willing to fight him. Clottey did what he normally does and just kept his guard up. And that's what happened in that fight, man. But at the end of the day, so you're talking about the latter parts of all the 8 divisions. You're talking about the latter parts going up to 147, dude.
No.
147.
Listen what I'm saying. I'm not talking about
that.
I'm talking about how he started fatiguing, how he started getting tired. Go look at Manny Pacquiao fights. He never gets tired. After Joshua whatever his name is, after the African dude, he started getting way tired. Joshua Cloudy, after that fight, he started getting tired. I'm talking about in all his fights. He started getting tired in the later of the rounds. Now go look at him post Cloudy, and go look at him after that. He started getting tired. He turned into a human being.
Nah, bro. I see him getting older and being a political person in his country, and that's what I see. That I don't see any of that. And then he fought Mayweather and all of that, and don't forget Mayweather got the IV that wasn't even approved for 20 days later. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, his shoulder medication was disapproved. You know what I mean? So you know, you can't, unless there's facts about it, we can't talk about that because now we're just making we're making guesses here.
Listen, I'm not. Listen to what I just said. I said look how long it took him to fight Mayweather. Cool. I said when Mayweather started crying about him using drugs and thinking he was on drugs, do the Olympic style testing. After Mayweather started campaigning for that, he started looking human. He stopped looking like a superhero.
Then what happened to Spence with Mikey? He could knock out a 125 pounder.
Go look at the tapes. I'm just asking y'all to. I'm not asking y'all to argue with me. I'm not asking y'all to argue with me. Go look at the tapes.
Well, I'm asking you about a more current example, which is Mike Garcia versus Spence. So it means Spence was on roids as well. He could knock out Mike Garcia.
Man, Mikey Garcia wasn't even trying to fucking fight. Mikey Garcia started surviving.
Nah, he's fundamentally sound. If you ask me, bro, he's one of the most fundamentally sound things. I think he should have stood at 135 though. But he's one of the most fundamentally sound people right now, or like in boxing.
Listen, what I'm saying. I didn't say he wasn't. He wasn't
fundamentally sound.
He wasn't a sound boxer. When Earl Smith started putting that shit on him, he starts trying to survive. He didn't want to fight no more. He wanted to go 12 rounds.
Errol Spence is more athletic, and he had a bigger reach advantage. Plus, he was taller, and plus, it was a heavier weight. You know what I'm saying?
And he had more power.
147.
And he couldn't even knock him out.
And remember, we were talking about the fundamentally sound. And we were
Errol Spence ain't a knockout artist now. Don't get that twisted. I don't know why people think he is.
No, I'm not saying that neither. WCS, bro. I'm not trying to say that he's a knockout artist neither, bro. I love Errol Spence too. Like Errol Spence is great, but what he's trying to debate to me. Is what I'm trying to say is not fair if you're gonna, because I don't believe in a triangle theory. You can't say, because this person beat this person and then the other person beat that person. It's like Jermaine Taylor beating Bernard Hopkins, but then Bernard Hopkins taking Kelly Pavlik to school because Kelly Pavlik knocked out Jermaine Taylor. You know what I mean? There's no, we already know Bernard Hopkins was a superior boxer, but at the end of the day, the style matchup wasn't good because Taylor had the quicker hands, so he let off quicker, even though it was quicker.
Your man said, listen what your man said. Your man said Earl Spence ain't knock out Mikey Garcia. He ain't knock out Mikey Garcia because Mikey Garcia was not trying to fight. Mikey Garcia tried to survive. He ain't want to fight no more. He ain't fight to win. His win was that I went 12 rounds with Earl Spence. He had a more.
What about Porter?
Who?
Porter.
Porter is who? Name one motherfucker who knocked out Porter. Porter is a strong-chinned motherfucker, but he put Porter on his ass.
He got caught in the 11th with that left hook though.
Hold on. When was Porter put on his ass? I could have just swore he just had his glove down, but never had Porter on his ass.
He put him on his ass.
When?
So
show me a picture.
Man, he just dropped.
It's a figure of speech. He's not
that's
talking
what I'm saying. It's a figure of speech. He put him on his ass. He made him touch that He made his knee touch the canvas. If the
knee or the glove? His knee didn't touch the ground. Only the glove did.
And the referee, when that got in the way, he probably would have stopped Porter. If his glove would never touch the canvas and his knees would have buckled, he probably would have stopped Porter. So what is you saying?
What I'm saying is that, I'm gonna pass it back to WCS because right now it's like You know, when you see a wounded lion in the jungles or like in the Sahara, and then you got wild dogs that keep nipping at the back. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen those videos? That's what's going on, brother. but I love you though, and yo, I really appreciate what your brother did with the way he shouted out. You know what I'm saying? Dude's father. You know what I'm saying? After he passed away, man, that was dope. So please let him know that the boxing community appreciates him. You know what I mean?
Batman, what do you think about? Go ahead.
But listen,
I wanted to make mention of this. Hey, Batman, you know, Pac-Man, when he fought Lucas Matisse, Adrian Broner, and Keith Thurman, he didn't even get tested.
He didn't get tested at all.
He didn't get tested for 3 fights leading, 2 fights leading up to Keith Thurman fight, man. He looked fresh in there against Keith Thurman.
Why he didn't get tested though?
Because they wanted him to get that WBA strap.
But why he ain't get tested? Why listen, everybody
they want
else
him to be fully fit.
Everybody else is getting tested. So why only his fights he's not getting tested?
And how fast was that rise up through the ranks? Didn't he go up from like being a little dude to bullying the big dudes in like 18 months?
Yes, sir. Go look at it.
People don't want to talk about it, but there is strict regulation with Manny Pacquiao in that manner of him being tested.
I keep hearing 8th division champion, but just 1 second, Batman. I keep hearing 8th division champion. When he fought Ricky Hatton at 140, what belt was on the line for that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, Ring Magazine. How did it make you how did it make you a division champ to win the Ring Magazine belt and the IBO?
I don't know. But answer me this though. Eric Morales, they pushed that to the back of the pile. When he fought Eric Morales the first time, Eric Morales beat him. When he fought him the second time, Eric Morales said, "That's not the same guy I fought." That's not the
right.
He said, "That's not the same guy I fought. He's punching a little bit more harder. That's not the same guy I fought." Now go check.
So basically, you trying to say he cheated his whole career, I guess.
Man, go check it out, man. Y'all go check it out.
They robbed Marcus too.
Y'all go check it out. Listen, go check out his tape.
Did any one of y'all hear Freddie Roach make the statement that when he came into the gym and it was some liquid that was over there, and it was for Manny Pacquiao, but the trainer wouldn't allow Freddie Roach to know what was in it, so he never asked?
Oh, you talking about the same trainer that Manny Floyd Mayweather used for his fight against Manny Pacquiao? What's his name? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like some juice. I forgot his name. It wasn't
It was the same dude that Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather used in his corner when he fought Manny Pacquiao.
You talking about the dude Freddie Roach fight? The white guy. I forgot his name.
At the end of the day, whatever you guys said, there's no proof. You guys got no proof that Manny cheated. There's no proof, so y'all can speculate all y'all want. At the end of the day, y'all don't got the proof.
And that's what talking points. That's what talking points are, speculation.
We never had a proof, but tape don't lie.
So you basically saying that Manny Pacquiao, a 41-year-old, right, beat Keith Thurman. You saying that because he cheated?
No.
Is that what you basically saying?
Why
is that what you trying to say?
No. Why he wasn't drug tested? That's what I'm asking you. Why he wasn't drug tested like everybody else?
Okay, I got a better question. Batman.
Yes, sir.
Is your brother going to be looking at Roy Jones Jr.'s and Canelo's film of when they jumped up 2 weight classes to prepare for Hayne?
Nah, because he walk around. That's his walk around weight. He'll be comfortable at that weight. He'll be able to eat whatever he want to eat. He'll be able to train without a sweatsuit. He'll be able to. His body is going to be natural.
Man, shout out to Velocity in the comments. He actually brought up the trainer's name, Alex Ariza. That was his name, Alex Ariza.
That's his name.
Yeah,
Ariza. And he got fired. and he got fired, y'all. He got fired once. He got fired once Floyd Mayweather started talking about steroids. He got fired. Go check it out.
But don't most boxers have a way higher walk-around rate than they do fighting weight? So your brother's pretty much going his walk-weight rate, just like I know when he went up to light heavyweight. That's his walk-around rate. Roy Jones, that's around his walk-around rate. So isn't that the same parallel?
200 pounds, man, Roy Jones walking around weight. When he went to heavyweight, he wasn't walking around at 200 pounds. My brother, listen. My brother will get the train. He won't have to drain himself. He won't have to put on no sweat bag to drain himself, to drain the nutrients out of his body. When the fight come around, he'll have to rehydrate. He won't have to do none of that. He'll just
so Batman
train.
So Batman, being what you just said, he don't have to wear a sweatsuit and deplete all that weight. Do you think he'll carry over more power moving up to 35?
Yes.
How fast does he run when he's at his natural weight compared to when he's drained down to 126?
You say how fast?
Yeah, is there a difference? He probably does laps, right? You probably time it. Is there a difference in speed between those weights?
Nah, his hands gonna be the same speed. He's just gonna be stronger. Listen. Won't one of y'all just one day go for 3 months and just sweat yourself to a certain weight? Sweat yourself 10 to 15 pounds and see if you felt better at 10 to 15 pounds with sweating weight off or training at your natural weight. Won't y'all do it?
No, we're not knocking your brother. We're just trying to get some info because he is your brother.
I'm not saying y'all knocking my brother. What I'm saying is, if you do it, you will have more information on it.
Well, I do know definitely what it takes to cut weight. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we know we're keeping it on boxing and everything. A lot of people don't talk about Gary potentially having more power moving up to 35. But that's going to be the case though, because he had to cut weight for so long. Now he's moving up to a point where his training camp can consist of just training and not weight cutting.
Weight cutting. That's what I'm saying.
And if I may, Batman, just so you know, I bet this dude, he's also a boxing personality that goes on many channels. Raider from LA. He doesn't have a channel, so I'm not promoting other shit on your shit, with World Combat. I'm just saying, like this dude is just like somebody that shows up on a lot of boxing channels. And I bet him $20 that your brother was gonna beat, Devin Haney. So a lot of people said I was crazy, but I said, if he could overcome the reach advantage and the height advantage, he's quicker, and I feel like he got more skills. So you know what I'm saying? So just so you know, I bet $20. I wasn't willing to bet 100 or 1,000, or like I'm not Showbiz the adult. I'm gonna get like 10,000. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? But I give a little $20 in your brother's favor. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it is an upskill battle for him, and that's what let me leave it at that. Put it like that, because I got other points, but
Listen, Devin Haney, he's a good fighter. But you got to look at it. Everybody he fought, he has nobody that ever pushed him back, pushed him around. He always been the dominant fighter in the ring. They never got nobody that's going to be like, damn, all right, he going to hit me. I'm going to hit back. He never had one of them fighters in front of him like that. He always had a matchmaker. You get the difference? When I go look for a fighter that makes my fighter look better than what he really is.
Well, a lot would argue that your brother's going to be a cherry pick because he's going up 2 weight classes in a division he's never fought before.
Listen, man, my brother been fighting them guys like that. Lamont Peterson's been going to gyms fighting Chop Cody's when he was 15 years old. Been fighting 165 pounders when he was 15 to 16 years old.
No, don't get it twisted. Like, most of us are fans of your brother, which is why we're talking to you, like, different than we'll talk to, like, Haney's dad or stuff like that, because we actually like your brother. So, we're rooting for your brother, which is why we're trying to find out, his training and stuff like that. We're asking questions, those sort of questions, instead of, like, dumb questions, because we're actually interested in your brother. We actually feel your brother has a chance to win, which is why I brought up the Canelo and Roy Jones, and seeing how his prep's going to be, because I think it's a good parallel. Because if you look at those kind of fights to see what they did right, unlike with Mike Garcia, what went wrong, which I think would be helping him out to win.
What's wrong with Mikey Garcia? Mikey Garcia has no athletic ability. He had no athletic ability. He has no fast twitch. Come on, how you gonna go up somewhere and fight a man that's faster than you, that's stronger than you, and you don't have no ability to offset nothing he do?
Well, one thing I'll tell you that Roy Jones and Canelo did very early on, they threw one of their strongest punches just to get some respect, unlike Mike Garcia, who tried to outbox Errol Spence at get-go, and Errol Spence just started just wailing on him, which is that's the stuff I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Roy Jones, he's the most athletic fighter you ever seen in our time in boxing.
So is your brother gonna study Roy Jones to prep his fight?
Nah, why he gotta study Roy Jones? What he studying about Roy Jones? Him and Roy Jones don't even fight alike.
None alike. What's going on, Coach Chris? How you feel?
Hey man, I'm having a great night, man. Appreciate you, baby, man. How y'all doing tonight? Everything cool?
We
chilling, brother.
Hey, what's
How
up?
you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm actually I'm a big fan of Gary, man. I'm a local cat here in the DMV, man. Out here, man. I just wanted to throw my support in there, and I was chopping up World Combat, the other day or whatever, and we chopped it up on the situation. For me, I don't really dive too much into the particulars of business and all of that. I think, like I was taught with World Combat, I think Gary's just a top flight athlete, you know what I'm saying, like an elite athlete. I think he has an advantage over a lot of these talents, and I think that's going to probably lead to a lot of people being hesitant to want to jump in the ring with him. I just wanted to know what your thoughts were. I got a two-part question. One, what part do you think that has for Gary, his natural hand speed, foot quickness, his ability to mentally process and move and change things up on the fly at a high level? And two, I just want to throw it out there. I'm in the DMV and I got a facility. I like to, invite y'all for a workout. Not with Gary and nothing. I'm sure Gary got a guy or whatever, but I know y'all got y'all stable or whatever. I'll be willing to work with some of the younger cats. Just throwing the invitation out there. Come through the gym, get a workout in, man. But yeah, just kind of two-part question there, champ.
The first question, that ability he got is God gifted.
Yeah.
It's God gifted because everybody don't have it. I mean,
Right.
it's taught, but it's like how they say it when you teach somebody something and they just gets it. It's called being a prodigy. I think
Right.
he's a prodigy.
Right.
And the second part, I don't remember the second part of your question. What was the second part?
Oh yeah, just throwing the invite out there, man. I'm a local. I'm a credentialed strength coach out here. I work with like professional football, basketball, baseball players out this way. Do strength training. And I was going to throw the invitation. You bring some of the young cats through, get a workout, man. I got a facility, yo. I'm out in Laurel, man.
Oh, Laurel.
Yeah.
You can my Instagram name is Everything Still Cruddy. If you want to, you can go there and put your number in there and I'll call you.
Everything still. You said everything still what?
Cruddy.
Everything Still Cruddy.
Everything's still.
Yeah,
Snap.
still. STILL.
And you said cruddy, like
Yeah,
cruddy dude.
Yeah, CRUDDY.
I'm gonna follow you right now and chop it up with you, champ. I'm gonna follow up on that, man. No doubt.
Batman on his second full week of full-blown media blitz.
I see he is, man. But when the blitz is done, it's gonna be time to get some flat. You know what I'm saying? That's where big dudes. You know what I mean? That's where the coaches come in, like me. You know what I'm saying? World Combat, get it right. You know what I'm saying? Get that.
You know what I'm
If y'all want
saying?
to, I got a son. He's a prodigy too. He's on my page. And listen, man.
Bring them through. Bring them through. We'll do it strictly functional. We'll get them going. You know what I'm saying? Young cat, we'll get them cracking right now.
Yeah, he's 6 years old. He do
Oh, man,
everything for me now. Yeah, my son can do 600 sit-ups.
All right. I hear you. All right, well, yeah, hey, man, I'm gonna hit you, man. We'll chop it up.
Okay.
All
Hey,
right, I'm gonna
Batman.
just listen in, man.
Yes, sir.
My man.
I want a question for Batman. I want to ask you, what do you see in Devin Haney? Weaknesses and strengths?
Strengths. I see he got youth on the side. He hardly gets tired. Weaknesses. He cock his punches. If he walking you down, he got his hands at his chest. What else? What else? He cannot generate power in close distances. Like in close distance, he cannot generate a lot of power. He has to cock back. Go look at his fights. Every time he trying to generate power, he cocking his body back. When he walking you down, he got his arms towards his chest. He's not fast enough to do that with the elite fighters. He practices bad habits. So when you practice bad habits, they become muscle memory. And you do them in a fight. And when he fights an elite fighter, them bad habits can get him in trouble.
So can you mark my words? If your brother beats Haney, right? Can you make sure you put in his ear to fight Verdejo after that, Felix Verdejo?
Man, I told y'all we going after Terrence Crawford, Lomachenko, or Teofimo Lopez.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Batman.
Hold up.
Oh, my bad.
Teofimo Lopez ain't gonna give y'all that love.
And Mikey Garcia. We going after Mikey, Terrence, Teofimo Lopez, or we want the rematch with Lomachenko.
Wow, like Mike Garcia's like bigger than Canelo. Everybody wants Mikey. Like I don't think I've heard of a boxer who doesn't want Mikey Garcia at this point.
Nah, we want Mikey because of different reasons. We want Mikey because he one of the reasons why we ain't get that Leo Santa Cruz fight. We want Mikey because he's faking like he don't know who Gary Russell is. Because when he was at 126, they was supposed to be linked up to fight. We want Mikey because Mikey on his high horse, but you got the shit beat out you by Earl Spence. How you on a high horse?
Well, he might have the same vision he did with Errol Spence because he said he was seeing something. And then we was waiting to see what he saw during the fight, and it never played itself out. But that would be a good fight. What you would take it at 140 or something like that?
We're taking that 147.
147, okay.
And I'm gonna be honest with you on that. I think Crawford's too much for him at 147. I think he's just too big for Gary Russell.
How?
I'm just being real with you. You know what I'm saying?
That's two fights.
He's too much. He's got scales and he's way bigger than him. You know what I mean?
No, he has no chin. He been fighting Lil Man his whole life. Come on, man. Go down his record. Go look at it. Go look at his box record. He been fighting guys my brother's size his whole life. He has no chin. In that Gamboa fight, Gamboa was winning before he got hurt. And Gamboa has no chin.
I agree.
Wait, isn't 126 the little boy, the little man, a weight class? 126?
Yeah, 126, the little guy weight class.
So hasn't your brother been fighting little guys instead of Crawford? Crawford's fighting 147. That's considered legit. 126 is little man thing, so your brother's been only fighting little men.
My brother is special. That's what I'm telling you. That's why we coming up and trying to fight these guys. We trying to show how we trying to do what Manny Pacquiao did. Show how special we are. We can't do that.
Like, look, I'll give you guys a huge edge. It's Mike Garcia, maybe Danny Garcia. I think you guys could beat Danny Garcia. Like somebody like Crawford or Spence, I think that's just a little too much.
Crawford is not that good. Who has Crawford beat it? What A-class fighter has Crawford beat? Name one A-class fighter that Terrence Crawford beat.
Okay, tell me this. Was he not undisputed?
No. Can I ask? You ain't answering my question. You trying to answer my question with a question. Name one fighter that's an A-class fighter that Terrence Crawford beat.
He sent a contract to Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia rejected. He's been trying to call out fighter. Gary. Oh, who should he fight?
Answer the question. Stop trying to go around the question. Name one fighter that was an A-class fighter that Terrence Crawford beat.
Okay, name A-class fighters in his division.
You name them. I'm asking you to name them.
Well, the ones who are A-class is like your brother. Just like people won't fight your brother, people won't fight Crawford.
No, not at 140. He was the champion. People was trying to fight him at 140.
He was undisputed.
Name one of them champions that's a Hall of Famer. That's an A-class fighter that he beat.
He went undisputed.
Still active too.
Man, I just don't see him beating Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And if you can prove me wrong, I'll be the first one to be like, damn, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford, I just don't see him beating Crawford.
Listen. Go look at the Gamboa fight. Gamboa was winning the fight before Crawford cracked him. Gamboa is known to have no chin and no defensive discipline. Now I want y'all to go. Since I'm gonna come back on tomorrow, I want one of y'all to go and look at that fight and tell me what you see.
I already seen that fight. I already seen it 100 times.
No, go back and look at it.
Who are the people that beat Gamboa before that? Who are the people that beat Gamboa before Terrence Crawford?
Nobody.
So how is he known for no defense and having a weak chin?
Because he been on the canvas how many times?
Okay, but you know this guy's career, right? His amateur career and all that. Terrence Crawford straight up used his skills. What people are trying to say, he uses skills because he is a switch hitter and he also paces his punches, which means he's already. Hold on. Because you might be able to give your brother a little bit of insight with. Hold on, brother. Like just give me 1 second. Like so when it comes down to it, Terrence Crawford purposely switches sides and angles and pop shots a little bit to get you comfortable before he really lays on the pressure and really lays on the heat. He's admitted that himself. That's one of his styles. So you think he knocked out Gamboa quicker because he was struggling or he was setting them up?
He can admit anything he wants to. Gamboa hurt him and everything. Gamboa ain't even noticed he hurt him. Come on,
That's why he turned up the pressure faster. That's the point.
No. He started, listen, this is what he started to do. Gamboa started just lunging at him and tried, and every time he punched, he has his hands down, dog. Every time he punched, he has his hands down, dog.
Who got knocked out?
Who
got knocked out?
Gamboa got knocked out.
So who you think had the better game plan?
What you mean? I just told you.
I'm just saying, come on, man.
Gamboa has no chin, and he has no defensive discipline. That meaning when I throw my punches, I get my hands back up. If I'm in the inside, if you teaching a child to fight, you teach a child in the inside. After you finish punching, you put your hands back to your face. That's the first thing you teach a child.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you my final question. My final question, Batman, and I'm gonna let you. You're gonna give me the last point, and I'm gonna stay quiet afterwards. I'm not even gonna respond. But when it comes to Gervonta Davis fighting Gamboa, and Gervonta Davis is known as a power puncher, always looking to knock somebody out, right?
Uh-huh.
Why did it take him 12 rounds if he was so weak, with a hurt leg? Why did it take him 12 rounds to knock him out, bro?
You know why?
Why?
Because he moved his head. Gervonta Tank Davis, everybody they puts in front of him has no movement, and they are right there for him to hit them. Gamboa moved his head. That's why it took that long for him, and he was out of shape.
He got no defense. He got no defense, but he moved his head. That was all. That was all. I'll rest my case, bro.
No, that's not defense. Major Key Boxing. If I move my head, that's part of defense. If I'm in the inside with you, I move my head. But if I'm punching, I got to get my hands back up to my face because my face is stationary because I'm punching.
Like you said, that's one part of defense. Putting your hands back up is one part of defense. But if you're moving your head and you got head work and you're not getting hit, isn't that defense?
But out of one of them punches, you are going to get touched by one of them punches if you're moving your head with your hands down.
Hey, Batman, what do you rank Canelo's? What would you, in a score of 1 to 10? What would you rank Canelo's defense?
He got ranking. I give him a 8.
Is it Canelo's main defensive strategy is to move his head?
Nah, he do more than move his head. He'll move his head. He'll put his hands up. I give him an 8 because when he fight. Go ahead.
Well, one of the reasons people talk about his straight chin is because when someone goes for a punch, he goes with the punch and moves his head back to line the lower of the punch. That's one of his best moves. That's why he has such a strong chin, quote unquote.
That's a strong chin. That's a defensive move. If I go with the punch, he ain't the only one does that.
I know, but my point is like with Gamboa. You say Gamboa's defense is not good because he moves his head. But Canelo, that's what's known for is his head movement.
Canelo ain't fought nobody that could knock him out in like 10 years, man. What you talking about?
You say what?
Hey, you're telling me Triple G couldn't knock out Canelo? You're telling me Kovalev couldn't knock out Canelo?
Daniel Jacobs?
All right. Hey, bruh. That damn Kovalev fight was a goddamn sparring match, bro. Like, he fought him like 2 months after he fought another guy, bro. Yard. Come on, man. And Triple G, come on, dog. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, yo. Like, ask about Canelo.
How many knockouts does Triple G have again?
Yeah, and who beat Triple G beforehand?
Drivers and shit.
He fought Triple G 2 years
before Canelo.
Man.
And he fought him like 3 years too late as well, by the way.
Who beat Triple G before Canelo?
Who the hell has Triple G fought?
Nobody.
Wait,
hold on. Do I keep on hearing people like?
Actually,
Did I just keep on hearing people brag about Spence beating Kell Brooks, but then Kell Brooks first lost to Triple G, but Triple G didn't fight anybody? Can you explain that left to Jasmine for me? I don't understand.
Because he broke the other eye. He ain't break the same eye. He broke the other eye.
He broke the right side of Kell Brooks' face.
No, but that's not my point. So I keep hearing a bunch of praise that Spence beats Brooks, but didn't you say Triple G beat nobody, but yet Triple G beat Kell Brooks first. So either Spence never beat nobody.
Your brother's moving up 2 weight classes, bro.
Kell Brooks a welterweight,
Kell Brooks is not my brother. Kell Brooks is not my brother.
Yeah, who cares about Kell Brooks, bro?
My brother got a better skill set than Kell Brooks. My brother just don't go in there and swing punches. Listen. My brother don't go swing punches and hold. My brother don't do that. My brother got a good skill set, defensively and offensively. 2 different fighters.
Yeah, man. I'm anxious to see Gary Russell at 135.
Yeah, I am too. I like Gary Russell, man. Like I said, I bet money on him. But when it comes to this whole who did Canelo fight, that's a ridiculous statement right there. I'm not gonna call nobody a hater. Hold on, brother. Yo, I'm not saying that nobody's a hater, but you must not be seeing things through the same lens. Because as a boxing pugilist, that I watch every fight, that I spend my money, my hard-earned money on anything that's pay-per-view that I feel is worthy of it. And that means every single Mayweather fight while he was pay-per-view, every single Pacquiao fight while he was pay-per-view, every single Cotto fight while he was pay-per-view. I'm telling you right now, bro, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. How nobody understands that Canelo is a star right now. That he's pound for pound number one. And
He is the face of boxing.
Definitely not pound for
He is the
pound
face of
number one.
boxing, whether they like it or not. He's the face of boxing. That's
He's
it.
not the face of
Hello,
boxing.
Alvarez is the
Yes, he
face of
is.
boxing.
Yes, he
are you
is.
talking about?
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong right now.
I'm about to
Prove me wrong how he's not the face of boxing.
I'm about to prove you wrong. Cause
He got the richest contract in sports.
can I
You know what I'm saying?
prove you wrong?
What y'all talking about?
Can
Hey,
I prove
Guido,
you
let him
wrong?
Are y'all
talk.
gonna
Let
say
him talk.
and he
Guido,
got
let
the
him talk.
best resume besides Manny Pacquiao? What y'all talking
Can I
about?
prove you wrong?
Come
You
on, don't bring me that bullshit right now. Let's be real about this shit.
flawed.
Let's-
You gotta let
Come on,
him
let's keep it
answer,
a
bro.
buck. Let's keep it a buck.
Let him
Let's
answer,
keep it a
Guido.
buck.
Let him answer,
His
Guido.
resume is flawed. His resume is flawed. That's for one. His resume is flawed, and he's not the face of boxing because him and Triple G numbers ain't do so well. So he can't be the face of boxing. And
1.2 mil.
listen, and he never. And the app, they said that he can't get that app off the ground.
Hey, Batman. So 1.2 mil pay-per-view buys is not doing well.
Man,
Not on the holiday by itself, bro.
he ain't do better than Floyd.
Floyd wasn't boxing when they were doing that.
All right, so he
Those
ain't,
gotta bring Floyd up.
he ain't succeed what Floyd did.
But
Okay,
who's
then.
talking about that? His role right now is better than anybody else is doing.
Nah.
But now he's not on pay-per-view no more. Now
Who do you have as the face of boxing, Coach?
Me?
Yeah. Who do you
I'll
have?
be honest with you. You want to know really who's the face of boxing? To me, it's still Floyd, bro. I don't think it's really never changed yet, man. And that's
Well,
saying something,
he's
man.
out
That's
the
just-
court,
and I'll say it, I'll say it like that. I'll say it like this, and I'll be 100. I'll be 100 with you, bro. It's just because of the politics of boxing, the way that boxing moves. The reason
Punch in
why.
the house. Invite him in. Punch in the house. Invite him in.
You know what I'm saying?
Floyd is not boxing, bro. Floyd is not boxing. So how can you call him the face of boxing?
Okay. Who's gonna move the needle? Nobody in boxing moves the needle like Floyd still, bro.
Okay, you know then who faces boxing? Hold on. I got this one. Then if Floyd still counts, so does Oscar. And guess what? Oscar has a bigger promotion. Has like a lot of the best, all-time greatness. Except he never got fought. Yeah. So if you want to talk face of boxing, it's Golden Boy.
So is this like a black versus brown thing? What are you talking about comparing?
No.
Okay. Then I'll leave.
Nah. Don't bring race in this shit.
Okay.
You're talking facts
Don't
here.
race bait. Don't race bait.
Don't bring no race baiting over here. Because it's the fact. Canelo's the face of boxing. And there's no proof that you guys, what y'all saying. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Stop hating on Canelo. Canelo's have been fighting champion after champion.
No, hey, Guido. Okay, the face of boxing is actually Ali, because obviously, he's the greatest ever. So it's definitely not Floyd, it's definitely Ali, because we're talking about retired people.
Active boxers or in life? We're talking about right now, right here. Who's the face of boxing?
That's what I was saying earlier, because otherwise we could say that McGregor is one of the pound for pound right now number bets, or Manny Pacquiao, because that's the De La Hoya still. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't make any sense. We're not talking about past fighters. We're talking about right now. Floyd is not fighting right now. So let's make sense about right now.
We're talking about right now.
Why is the zone not the hottest boxing platform then?
I don't understand your question. What are you talking about?
I said, why, if Canelo the face of boxing, why is the zone not the hottest platform?
Well, seeing how they had over 600,000 subscribers before the pandemic, and their main selling point was Canelo, I think 600,000 pay-per-view buys, per fight, I think it's pretty darn well.
Because you got Joshua too. Don't do that. You got Joshua too over there.
Joshua's a nobody in the United States. I'm talking about United States. They have over 600,000 subscribers. And the UK, that's where Joshua factor in. Not in the US. In the UK.
True.
Yeah, so
why that Rocky Fielding fight ain't sale? If Canelo the face of boxing.
They had over 600,000 concurrent streams.
No. They don't even want. Listen, that's why they don't want that other fight to go along, because that Kovalev fight and Rocky Fielding fight ain't nobody. People stream their platform.
Wait, how much did PBC say they wanted to fight? How much they wanted to buy they were going to bid on the Canelo versus whoever that guy scrub is he's going to fight? How much did they say they're going to bid? 40 million? 35 will go to Canelo?
Cause they're gonna try to get him to fight Charlo afterwards. If you don't get it, if you don't get the business side of it, look, Canelo, listen, get the business side of it. Canelo, come fight over here, right? Come on, fight over here, and then go ahead and fight Charlo for this. We're gonna get you paid twice.
You should know how bidding works. It's not a multi-year contract. It's a one-off.
This motherfucker is Gary Russell Jr.'s brother, and you telling him how boxing contracts work.
Well, obviously he doesn't. Seeing how he's talking about because they wanted to fight Charlo. Well, no, them bidding on this fight has nothing to do with Charlo.
Listen. If I'm Al Heyman, I go behind closed doors and get a meeting with Canelo. Canelo, I'm gonna bid for your fight to come over here. If you want to fight this kid, I'm gonna do that for you. But you're gonna have to do something for me, son. You're gonna have to do something for me, son.
What, get himself sued because he's under contract with the Zone and Golden Boy? So first you have to get out of that contract before anything else.
That's why he's going through the lawsuit to get out the contract.
Well, it just got tossed, so obviously he's not.
Cause he put the wrong paperwork in. He put the wrong paperwork in. So what I'm saying is, when it does happen, and Al Heyman is talking to that guy and saying, "Look, Canelo, come on over here. I'm gonna let you fight that kid for the WBC belt. But listen, you're gonna have to do something for me." You don't think that's how these guys work behind closed doors?
Canelo wants to make his own promotion. Why would he even bother with Heyman?
Why ain't Canelo fight Andrade?
Oh man.
Why should he?
Because Andrade's good to be a good fight.
Well, why did Andrade fight Charlo? Why didn't he fight Jacobs? Why didn't he fight like all these other fighters?
They both on the zone. Why ain't they fought? They both on the zone. Why ain't they fought?
They both on the zone.
Yeah, he's not talking about.
Hold on. Somebody just hold on. Let me get this. So why didn't your brother fight Tank Davis or Leo Santa Cruz? They're on the same BBC. They're on BBC.
No one asked you that. No one asked you that.
They ducking my brother.
And no one asked you that. Why ain't Canelo fight Andrade?
Because he wanted to fight Kovalev.
Because he ducking Andrade.
No, he's not ducking Andrade. Andrade's a nobody. Andrade's a nobody.
He's a nobody.
Andrade's a nobody. Why ain't he fight him then?
Listen. Everybody's a nobody till somebody gives him a chance.
Well, he's what, 33 years old? He's older than Canelo? And he has no resume. None.
Andrade will whoop his ass. Andrade will whoop his ass.
Andrade ain't whipping nothing.
Yo, how much you want to bet, brother? How much you want to bet right now?
It'll be a good fight, but I don't think he's beating Canelo.
How much you want to bet, Coach?
I ain't
How much
sold
you want
on
to bet? I will literally
I'm saying it's going to be a good fight. I'm not.
Andrade,
how much you want to bet?
You biased. You saying that.
He's going to do what Floyd Mayweather did.
How much you want to bet?
Y'all dummies. Y'all don't know boxing. Andrade probably the best middleweight out of all of them.
Who has he beat? Who has he beat?
Man, you just call me a dummy. Nobody disrespect you, bro.
Y'all sitting there and talk about Canelo. Why didn't he fight Andrade?
Why you getting mad? Why you getting mad? Why you getting mad? Don't call nobody a dummy, man. Come on, man. Like we trying to talk boxing.
This stupid shit.
Hey, y'all keep it on boxing, man. We good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody needs to call another man out his name, bro. I'm 40 years old. I got 9 kids, bro. I don't need to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 40 with 1. I tell you what,
yo, that's crazy. You're a year older, and I live in a stand your ground state. You know what I'm saying? I'm cocked up. So what the fuck you saying, bro? Like, relax.
Glenn. I got you, Glenn. Just chill.
Man, we know that. Come on, keep it boxing.
Call nobody a dummy, bro. Come on, man. We talking
boxing.
All right, man.
Okay, keep it.
The question.
Why? Because he had bigger fish to fry. Guess what? Kovalev was a historic fight.
That was a historic joke.
Yes, you know what? There's only been 20 fighters who was 4-division fights. There's only been 20.
I tell you what,
fight, man.
It's a joke.
Fight. If he would have fought the best champion at 175, that would have been a historic fight. He didn't do that.
In what world is fighting a top 3 boxer in a division a joke?
Who said Kovalev's a top 3 boxer?
Was he not a champion?
Top 3.
He was one of the 3 champions. He was one of the 3 champions.
What do you mean?
He's one of the 4. He's one of the 4 champions, bro.
Three.
So why he ain't go fight the undisputed?
Why ain't he fight better BF then?
Why he ain't go fight the unified champion then?
Because
So you
guess
want him
what?
to fight at 160 or you want him to fight at 175? I don't get what.
Yeah, like make up your mind. What y'all want him to do?
Like which
Why you want Canelo to fight every champion at the champion at the champion?
Not ducking. Which
Picking
class
the
does he
easiest
have to
fight
go
in the
to?
division.
It's not
Listen
duck.
to this. You got to tell Canelo which one he's going to fight at. 168, 175, or 160.
Hey, you know what?
Apparently, no matter where he goes, he's ducking.
And go
Yeah,
fight the best.
basically, you said it right there. You said it. Wherever he goes, he's ducking. He's taking the easiest fight in every division he fight in, bro.
Can you tell? Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me get him. Hey, coach.
He's gonna be undisputed at 168. You could bet me right now. I will fucking take a bet right now.
I bet you
Ooh, let's get that
$200
bet
right now.
popping.
He ain't gonna fight. He won't fight Benavidez.
Benavidez is champion.
I'll bet you 200 that he lose to Benavidez, and I'll give you the 100 if he fight him. I don't think he got the nerve, homie.
Canelo's gonna beat the fuck out of David Benavidez. Come on.
Listen, he's
He
not
ain't
going to
fighting
beat
no
Caleb.
Benavidez.
Lock that in.
I'll bet you on that shit. What's up? I'm gonna bet
Benavidez will
you.
knock his head off,
I'll
bro.
bet you $100. What's up? You
He ain't
talking all
gonna
that
fight no
shit?
Benavidez.
I bet $100.
Benavidez will
I bet
destroy
$100 Canelo will knock
He's
his
not
ass
going to
out.
beat Caleb Plant, man. He's not going to beat Caleb Plant.
Caleb Plant's a scrub.
David
He ain't beat
Benavidez can't even
Plant
make no
neither.
weight. What you talking about? David Benavidez is a lack of discipline. What are you talking about?
Caleb Plant's a scrub now.
Y'all ain't gonna take
Caleb Plant's a scrub. Canelo would knock that guy out in 2 rounds, 2 to 3 rounds. He would just knock
Canelo
him
was shot
out.
from out. Canelo was shot playing up.
Listen, if Caleb Plant a scrub, then why he try to pull that move on Caleb Plant then?
Okay, first off, everybody knows Canelo fights in what month? May
I don't care
5th
what month
and
he
around
fights in.
September. So
I
if
don't
you're
care
not gonna have those dates available, that's a you problem. Because that's when Canelo fights.
Listen, you see what Caleb Plant did? I don't need you. I don't need you. I'm still making money. I don't need
Is he?
you.
Is he?
He is.
He is he?
Yeah, he making money.
When was the last time he fought?
You say what?
When was the last time Caleb Plant fought?
He just fought
When?
before May. He just fought 2 months before May.
Yeah, he just fought up in Nashville, man. He fought Vincent
Come
Feigenbooth.
on, man.
Yeah, February or March, like early March, something like that.
I'm just,
Hey,
look.
Punch Drunk is trying to get in World Combat. Punch Drunk is trying to get in.
I dropped the link out there. Hey, just click on the link.
Hey, but really real, right? We can all say and have our opinion, but the fact remains, man. Canelo fought at 154, 160, 168. And he managed not to fight both Charlo twins, Andrade, Benavidez, Plant.
Hold on. Charlo twins? Didn't the little Charlo brother call out his brother for not accepting the Canelo fight? So how can you fight somebody who ducks you?
I don't know all of that. I just know that they fight, bro.
His own brother called him out.
Look, man,
So
I ain't got
you
time
don't
to
know,
play
but yeah, you
politics, man. I don't work like get in the ring. I'm work when you fight. That's what I'm worried about it, man. I ain't worried about who turned down what. I don't know who turned down what. Why?
Well,
bro?
How you gonna comment? It's a boxing channel. How you gonna comment if you don't know?
Fight. Just want to see the fight, bro.
So
Well, how
why
can you fight somebody who's too scared to fight you?
Why he ain't fight Andrade then? Why he ain't fight Demetrius then?
He hasn't had time.
He chance to fight Demetrius at 154 and at 160.
He hasn't had time.
And at 160, listen, and at 160, he had a chance to be undisputed.
Okay, Batman. Give me dates. Give me dates on when he could have fought. When he could have fought him. Give me dates. Give me dates.
He definitely could have. He definitely should have fought Liam Smith instead of Andrade, right? And Julio Cesar. Okay, I won't fake. You probably made a lot of money.
Guess what? Julio Cesar Chavez was a tuna fight to fight Triple G.
Okay.
Instead of fighting Rocky Fielding, he should have fought Liam Smith.
Well, guess what? Rocky Fielding was a top fight in his division. Canelo went up in class. That's the kind of tuna fight Canelo has.
No top fighter. He was not no top fighter.
To be honest, he fought Chavez Jr. because it was about a respect thing. Because he said that Chavez Jr. was a pussy for not representing Mexico like his father did, and he wanted to whip his ass. And that
why he fight Amir Khan at middleweight? Why he fight Amir Khan at middleweight? Then if he's so, why he fight Amir Khan, who's a welterweight? Why you make him come all the way up to middleweight and fight him?
Why did he fight Triple G 2 times?
I'm I'm asking you.
Ask me this.
I'm just saying, like you, but your question doesn't make any sense. I don't know what their business was, who was making more money.
Especially when people thought that he was going to duck Triple G, and he fought him twice.
Until Canelo.
Ask me this. Why do not the Hall of Fame Mexican fighters respect Canelo Alvarez?
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Ball is gonna ball.
No.
He's the richest Mexican fighter. That's why. That's why they hate on him.
I shouldn't be singing no R. Kelly,
The
right?
richest Mexican fighter in boxing history.
Ask me this. Why all the Mexican fighters say that Canelo is not a real champion?
I don't know. I'm not Mexican, so I can't answer that, bro.
Citation needed on this one? He's not a real champion? Citation needed?
I'm asking. I'm just asking a question.
And I'm asking for the proof. Because I can't prove a negative. So if you can show me who said it and when that he's not a real champion, I'll explain it.
You know they don't.
Margarito, not Margarito, but Marquez said it. Marquez said it. Chavez Sr. said it. There's a lot of them said it.
Oh, Chavez Sr. Hold on.
Chavez Sr. has defended him though. Against the Benny Jake and Kovalev fight, he did defend him though. You know what I'm saying? And let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back to the Marquez fight. Because him and Marquez, they always have problems. They never liked each other. So Marquez always been biased to Canelo. That's irrelevant. That shit is irrelevant. Him and Marquez never liked each other. So for you to bring that shit, it don't make sense.
No,
Let me ask you a question, bro. Because I'm Puerto Rican Dominican, so let's not confuse Mexicans. And even though we're all Latinos, we from our own places, and I hate when people mix us up like that. You know what I mean? Because we love Mexican fighters just like we love black fighters, like we love white fighters, like we love European fighters. And at the end of the day, we are Puerto Rican or Dominican fighters. You know what I'm saying? And that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's why there's a rivalry between Mexico and Puerto Rico, because we have so many champions. So let me ask you this: who's your favorite middleweight ever? Any of you, Coach or Batman?
My favorite
middleweight is Marvin Hagler.
Okay, and what's yours?
He wasn't the best middleweight, man, but I really enjoyed watching Julian Jackson fight, bro.
Okay. So Julian Jackson, McClendon. Okay.
He wasn't. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't the best middleweight of all time, but
maybe I should have asked welterweight instead of middleweight. But obviously, on your pound for pound, I'm pretty sure you have Sugar Ray Leonard, right?
Pound for pound, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, for sure.
My pound for pound.
So Camacho beat Leonard, didn't he?
Who?
Camacho, Jose. You don't remember Camacho?
Come on, dog. Come on.
You mean
dog?
Camacho?
Yes.
You're talking about Hector Camacho, right?
Come on,
Hector. El Macho Camacho.
That man was probably 40 years old when Hector Camacho. Come on, dog.
So here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with what you guys are saying, and that was my point of this whole conversation. So what you're saying is that it's okay for you to be biased on one level, right? And then it's not okay to be biased on another level. But then at the end of the day, you're saying someone else, because it came out of your mouths that other people are supporting Mexican fighters and not really give them, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make sense. We got to be honest all day long. All day long.
Why Hector Camacho duck my man?
Lord.
Sweet Pea. Why he duck Sweet Pea in their prime?
It was probably because Oscar De La Hoya beat Sweet Pea.
No, they were supposed to fight before post Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh, now it's about no. But you had a different Mexican fighter coming out from there. Right? Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Don't lie.
In their younger days.
If you forgot, I'll take that excuse. You forgot. Damn.
Why heck you brought up Hector Camacho? Why Hector Camacho ducked Sweet Pea? Facts. Why did he duck with that?
I thought he was too old. Now you're trying to bring a different narrative. You see what I'm saying? Why did Canelo?
Which Khan was too old? Sugar
Because
Ray Leonard was
even Chavez Senior got the win. And don't get me wrong, I thought Whitaker won that
He
one.
didn't get no
I
win.
thought
It was a
Whitaker
draw.
won that one. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was a draw.
Yeah, I
He
used
didn't
the
get no
draw.
win.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a
Yeah.
draw. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and Sweet Pea beat that ass.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so, but what happened with Oscar De La Hoya?
Sweet Pea beat that ass.
Okay, so what happened with Lomachenko versus Gary Russell Jr.?
Beat
Lomachenko
that ass.
All right, cool. But my brother was 5 pounds overweight and lost it in one day.
Now we got
He was
excuses, so we're not
dehydrated.
talking about everything in reality. You don't know
And still-
details about the other
and
one.
still went in
You know
there.
details about
Listen.
this one.
Listen, and still went in there and put Lomachenko on his ass. Dehydrated. So what y'all think he's gonna do when he sees Lomachenko again undehydrated?
Hey, dog. All I'm saying is Gary Russell, man. I bet $20 on him.
That's
I hope that if I lose my $20, you pay me back $20. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on.
good.
Let me
Get my
get this
cash
comment
app.
right quick, Batman. Let me get this comment. Punch Drunk said Jamal Charlo ducking Andre to 160. Why Plant Benavidez didn't fight? Management and promoters duck, not necessarily the fighters. What y'all think about
That's
that?
true. Jamal Charlo did duck Andre at 160. I'm not saying he did do that. He did do it.
Charlo also ducked Jacobs.
You say who? No,
You said Danny Jacob.
No,
Yeah.
He didn't duck no Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs told him he was too little bit money. He's gonna go see Canelo. Then he gonna come back and beat his ass. He ain't ducking.
Wait. What I remember from the video, Charlo was running his mouth. Jacob came by after a fight, and they talked to him. Jacob said, "Oh, when are you gonna fight me for my
Oh,
belt?"
shit.
Called him out when Jacob was a champion. He's like, "Come on, come get some." And then Charlo just like, "Shut up, step back," and never heard nothing about it
He
again.
was still talking shit.
No, they were still talking
that
shit
one.
to the end. They were talking
on
about
that
him
one,
and
bro.
all that other miscellaneous crap.
No,
On that one, though.
cool. Listen, Charlo duck Andre and Canelo duck Andre. So what's the point?
They don't want Andre, yo. I'm trying to tell
They
y'all.
need to make that fight. Andre needs to be in a fight with one of the top.
I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that y'all not really recognizing that boy's skills, man. Like I don't know what kind of cat he is that he pulled out of a fight before.
Like I keep saying, give me which dates Canelo could have fought Andrade. Give me the dates.
Any
Me
date.
and Smith fight.
Any date.
Any
What are
day.
you
He's
talking
supposed to be the face of boxing. He pulls the strings, right? So when he can fight him when he wants.
Okay, let's look at Canelo's last fights. Kovalev, Daniel Jacobs, Rocky Fitty, which is a tune-up.
Oh, Kovalev fight. He could have
Triple G twice.
Listen, Kovalev fight. He could have fought Andre. So what is you saying?
Definitely.
Like I already explained it. There's only been 24 division champions, while there have been over 100 undisputed.
Man,
So
y'all
actually, the
keep
4
on saying
division
all the
champions.
Hey Z,
I
hey
want
Z,
the guys.
check this
I
out.
want the guys to
Canelo
fight the
could have
guys.
fought. Hey, hold on, Batman. Canelo could have fought because in his contract he has the last say so, the rights on which opponent he chooses to fight. He has that say so, so he could have fought Andrade in between those Kovalev, Daniel Jacobs, or freaking Rocky Fielding. He could have fought either one of them.
And if you're gonna sit here and tell me, if you're gonna sit here and say that the Sergey Kovalev that Canelo fought with the same pressure that was beating up people before he lost twice to Andre Ward and got knocked out by the Colombian dude with the slick back hair. Alito Alvarez, that's right. Come on, man. Like, it's all about timing and all these crazy Canelo weight classes and stuff, man. Like, here's the thing. Yo. And I'll be real with you. I like Canelo. I think he can fight. I'm just saying, bro, you need to fight some of these people in their prime where you might actually lose. And just, if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. And that's just boxing, bro.
So Triple G and Daniel Jacobs didn't have a chance to be Canelo? Is that what you're saying?
You said Triple G, did he have a chance?
Yeah.
Some people think he won the first time, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends on what you think, man.
How about Jacobs?
The Jacobs fight, again, that look, I mean, hey, look, man. I don't really remember any. I'll tell you what, man. And like, I'm gonna just be real. It's late. I usually wouldn't even be this real about something like that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that Jacobs fight and that Kovalev fight, the way them punches, nah, yo. I'm not buying it. I'm not on that. That's not boxing, bro.
So,
You
Coach Chris, so
you talk about you
my
got a
question
chance
to you.
at the middleweight, like Danny Jacobs had a chance at the middleweight, the unified middleweight champ. And I mean, how many power punches did this guy throw in that fight, bro?
And then listen to this. Can I say this, Coach? Can I say this?
Go ahead, man.
And he had stipulations on the Danny Jacobs fight. Danny Jacobs cannot rehydrate over 175 or some shit bullshit like that, man. Come on, man.
But he did. It was just a penalty. It was just a money thing. It's like, all right, if you want to rehydrate higher than you should, you're gonna pay money.
How he just fight somebody, bro? Like, it's just all this foolishness all the time with him, man. Like he's like, I'll be real with you.
Okay, Coach. Hold on, Coach. Just tell me who has fought better competition their past 5 fights than Canelo?
Sean Porter.
Sean Porter?
Yeah. Basically, Sean Porter.
What?
What? Sean Porter?
I agree.
Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys have Sean Porter pound for pound number 1 over Errol Spence.
No, he asked who fought more competition than Canelo in his last 5 fights.
So again, we're trying to make a case, right? So let's stick to those same logic.
I'm answering the questions as they come, man. That's all. You know?
Yeah, okay. I said the past 5.
Between Canelo and Errol Spence, who fought better opposition in the last 5 fights?
Errol Spence.
Errol Spence.
Oh my Lord, bro.
And who has hold on. Which fighter in the world has a very better resume than Canelo and has been doing it like Canelo? Fighting championship back to back and moving up in weight and taking the belts. Y'all let me know just one. I bet y'all can't name me not even one.
Stop this shit. When Canelo fight Andre, then you can say he fought somebody that's in his fucking age range.
Just answer the question.
No, but the name
when Canelo fight,
so he's got to move down just to convince you. He's got to move down just to convince you. He can't fight and unify. If he unifies, right, and becomes undisputed at 168, you're not convinced because you got to go fight Andre at 160.
I don't think he got the nerve, yo.
But if
he wants to move down, I already said that before. Like he's already tried 175.
He's not gonna fight. He's not gonna fight. Benavidez blasts him out inside of 7, bro. He ain't fighting Benavidez, bro.
You're bugging.
Absolutely not.
Wait, hold on. Hey, does Andre even want this fight? Does Andre even want this fight? Because, like, from all I know. All right, go ahead.
Can you ask me this question? Why he wasn't pressed to go after that WBC championship when Benavidez had a lock on it? Why, when Benavidez loses it, he really pressed to go get the championship? Just to say he won a WBC champion at 168. That's the only reason.
Okay, so tell me when Canelo should have fought Benavidez. Give me dates. When were they both available? When were they both available?
He should have fought him just now.
He could have fought him instead of Kovalev too.
Canelo has a fighting body.
Actually, Benavidez would have been more of a premier fighter than the Kovalev and freaking Rocky Fielding. You know, Benavidez legitimate. He would have been a legitimate opponent. That's why they in court now, not trying to pay him his money because he up here having bogus ass opponents.
Hey, WCS, you're telling me Canelo doesn't deserve any tune-ups ever? Is what you're trying to say?
He ain't fought nothing but tune-ups.
If Triple G, Kovalev, and Jacobs are tune-ups, then what's a legit fight?
Stop bringing up Kovalev, bro.
Listen to this.
Man, we all know Kovalev is on the back end of his career, man. He already, he just won his title back and lost it. You know, man, he's kind of old and over here right now.
Yeah, well, hadn't Kovalev just beat 2 undefeated fighters before he fought Canelo?
So why Canelo ain't fight Triple G when he won the 160 title from what's his name?
You got from Cotto, I think. Yeah.
He had to fight Cotto. Yeah, he had to fight Cotto first. Then he fought. He had to fight for that.
Yeah, because Triple G was calling out Cotto instead of Canelo for real at the time.
Cotto, listen.
Cotto was the A side on everybody's cards. Cotto was the A side.
He won the 60.
Yeah,
fellas.
Cotto instead of Canelo for real.
What's good, easy work.
How y'all doing?
It's a full house, so you got to jump in when you jump in.
Somebody got it.
What's good, easy work.
How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, so?
It's a full house, so you got to jump in when you jump in. Hey, easy work. Cut off the stream, easy work. Mute your stream, easy work.
Okay.
There you go. That's perfect right there. That's perfect.
That's cool.
Can y'all ask me this though? Why did he let go of that WBC strap when Triple G got on his ass and go back down to 54?
Let's hold on.
Damn, Z stuck. Z stuck for the first time on this.
I'm not stuck. I'm just making sure I have my dates correct. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure I have my dates correct so I don't mess this one up.
I got you. Do what you do, brother.
Yeah, Kalu is like an MIT student. You know what I'm saying? If you guys, it was the first time you dealing with this particular panel since we came over from Punch Drunk. Like a MIT student. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna say anything unless he's sure about it.
Who's an MIT student?
No, he's not really an MIT student, but he'd be sounding like one.
Okay. All right.
Look, I was an engineer for IBM. That's what he's talking about. Because I was an engineer for IBM. They say I'm like IBM, like a MIT student. They're the kind of people who work for IBM.
So you IT?
Now I am, yeah.
Yeah.
So we pretty much have the same background.
What's up?
We talking about
have the same background.
Sorry, two people were talking at the same time, so I couldn't hear what you said.
He said he comes from the same background, bro.
Internet protocols,
yeah,
bases, all that other crap.
Yep. Like I said, I worked for IBM. I worked for IBM for 3 years in Boston as an engineer, and then I got tired of traveling, so I went to like Simple IT, where it's just like, hey, call center.
So you're a numbers guy. You're a numbers guy. You don't have the eye test. You're a numbers guy.
We bits and bytes in data. It's called bits and bytes.
I love my numbers, which is why when I talked about Lara, I'm like, well, the numbers don't add up with what you're saying.
Listen. Now go look at the fight.
I have seen the fight. I've seen the fight plenty of times.
Discredit the numbers. Go do the eye test. Do the eye test. Look at the fight.
And we all see fights differently. The way I see it, any fighter who's approaching, if you're the come forward fight, I tend to give you an edge when it comes to close cards as far as punch out pull-ups.
And I'm making a more cleaner shot. So that means Mayweather lost every one of his fights.
Mayweather threw a lot of fights, unlike Lara.
No, Mayweather lost a lot of his fights then. If that's the case.
Mayweather threw a lot of punches, unlike Lara.
Lara threw the most cleanest punches. I don't care how many punches you throw. His was the most cleanest punches out the two fighters.
Really? Most people say that Canelo had the cleaner punches with his power punches, and Canelo had as many punches, if not more, in 6 of the rounds.
Go back and look at the fight.
Yeah, you gotta watch that fight again.
I did. Like I said, hey, Punch, you're still here, right? You're still here? Huh? Hey, Punch, you still here? Say something. No, Punch is here. He just left.
Canelo Alvarez deserves.
Punch was never here, man. He was just in the chat.
I know. He's in the chat. I was trying to see if he's in the chat because me and
my man just said something. I don't remember his name. His name boxing. What's your name, dog?
Oh, okay. Hey, Punch. Me and Batman want to break down the Canelo versus Lara fight. Could we do it on your channel? The whole fight
deserves for nothing.
He said Canelo deserves credit for nothing.
I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez. He deserves no credit for nothing. He ducking weight classes. He ducking fighters. He running around collecting belts, and he making casual fans think that he really doing something in boxing, but he's not. He's ducking Demetrius Andrade and the Charlo brothers.
So let me ask you something. Who's doing something better right now?
Then who?
Canelo.
Then Canelo.
Yeah, don't stall.
Yep.
Just answer the question.
What is Canelo doing?
Who's doing it better? You stalling right now. You can't answer the question.
Who is doing better?
Jack,
Errol
you can't answer the question.
Right?
Right? That's
Terrence
facts right there, bro.
Canelo.
Okay. So we know where you stand. You just saying stuff, but you're not giving facts.
Errol Spence is doing better. It's fighters who are actually out here fighting.
Oh shit! Y'all killing me with this shit.
Y'all. Deacon 305 said Canelo is nitpicking championships to fight. He is not fighting the top champions. He's nitpicking titles, so-called
Fielding.
Yo, what is Spence doing better than Canelo?
He's fighting actual fighters.
Who?
He's fighting actual fighters.
Who? That wipe in your faces, bro. That's not COVID-19.
Oh my god!
Don't wipe your faces, man.
Oh my god!
We need answers.
He's fighting the top. He's fighting the top 5 welterweights.
Who?
That's what he's doing.
Who?
Danny
Wait, hold on. He just messed up right now. He just messed right now. He just messed up. He's talking about Spence fighting the top 5 welterweights. Well, guess what? Fielding was top 5. Kovalev was top 5. Jacobs top 5. Triple G top 5.
Boom. The
only credible opponent.
Wait, hold on. How does a 160 get weight drained at 160? Explain that to me. How does a 160 fighter get weight drained at 160?
Then when you fight Jacobs, you put clauses in y'all contract that he can't get over a certain weight. Come on, man. Who does that?
Yeah, it's pretty lame, yo.
Who does that? Floyd Mayweather does that?
Who he do that to?
Canelo?
Who he do that to?
Canelo?
He did that to Canelo. Canelo had to go all the way down to 152.
He did it, Canelo. And he bragged about it too. And he bragged about it.
Dog. He bragged about he made him come down to 152.
What about when Marquez cannot make the weight? He had to go 2 up in weight class to fight Mayweather. He didn't make the weight. You know what I'm saying?
You say who
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Y'all some weak shit. That bullshit.
You say what?
I said that Mayweather.
That's cool.
Marquez did not make that weight.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
he never put in no contract that can't nobody.
And then he made Canelo go to 152, and this are fats, bro.
Wait. I got this. Hey, is the IBF title legit? Is the IBF title legit?
Yo.
Say what?
Is the IBF title legit?
Please.
Yeah, the IBF title legit.
Yeah, that's your question. Is it legit?
Canelo.
Oh, well, Canelo fought when he fought the guys complaining about when he fought Jacobs was IBF rules. So none of those fights are legit. None of those fights are legit.
But it was a unification, though. It was a unification.
Doesn't matter.
It was
it wasn't just the IBF belt on the line, bro.
But listen, he said
Floyd Mayweather.
Yo, come back. Punches in backstage.
Y'all say Floyd Mayweather did the same thing. He did not.
I appreciate it.
Floyd Mayweather chooses the weight class that they was going to fight in. That was 152. He never said Canelo cannot dehydrate over a certain weight.
Y'all, please let me say this.
Rehydrate. My fault. Rehydrate over a certain weight.
Hey, let each talk. Y'all, you got to remember one thing. Canelo Alvarez team came out and said they would fight Floyd Mayweather at a catch weight. Floyd never offered Canelo a catch weight fight. That's why Floyd took it.
Floyd bragged about convincing Canelo to go to that catch weight. He bragged about it on live TV plenty of times.
Bro, you keep talking about it, you don't want nobody to pay attention to the fact that your boy is flawed. He flawed.
Oh, man.
He ain't what he is.
Oh,
he took too many people to be flawed. You're not convincing nobody on this panel, bro. We're not casuals here.
I'm pretty convinced.
You ain't convincing. I am convincing people on the panel.
Nobody convincing me. Nobody convincing me. I ain't a casual.
I don't know where you're coming with that bullshit, so I ain't gonna work. All that bullshit y'all talking ain't gonna work.
if
You gotta be a
Canelo,
Nobody over here is a casual.
if
Nobody on
Canelo,
here is a casual.
if Canelo haven't convinced none of y'all, then no boxer today has convinced anybody. No
Bruh,
boxer.
How?
bruh,
If Canelo
I'm
Alvarez
not
have not
saying he can't
accomplished
fight.
anything, if Canelo Alvarez has
Canelo
not
was-
accomplished anything, Batman, not even your brother accomplished something. If Canelo Alvarez has not accomplished anything,
Cause don't nobody want to fight my brother. That's it's a difference. Everybody chasing Canelo. Everybody.
Everybody want that smoke, yo.
It's
If-
a
And Batman,
difference.
how many people can Canelo fight at a time?
Man,
It's a payday.
difference, man. It's
It's
a
a
difference.
payday to fight Canelo.
Okay, how many people can Canelo fight every day, every time?
Andre
One.
He could have just. You keep on talking about how many people could Canelo fight. He could have fought Andre 100 times already before he.
Give me the
fought.
dates. Give me the dates. Give me the legit dates.
All
I
of
mean, the legit
27
dates.
years.
I don't have
So
to give you
now.
no legit
Yeah.
dates, dog.
Whoa,
said dates,
Years from 154 to
What is he
154.
talking about?
Yo,
Yo,
all of
Coach,
2016
he could have fought bad people
So-
too.
so- so we're
Rocky
ba-
Fielding,
That people didn't want to fight him, and then you're not understanding when people don't want to fight Canelo. I don't understand where you're coming from.
When he fought
Oh, my
Rocky
God.
Fielding, that could have been a Andre fight. When he fought Kovalev, that could have been a Andre fight. What is you talking about?
Another thing.
Kovalev is
so
175,
you're basing
bro.
the career. So you're basing the career of Canelo
Hold up.
Alvarez if he didn't fight Andre.
Hold up. No.
No,
Let's not forget
I'm
the
basing
fact.
the career that he's duck fighters. He duck fighters. He
Everybody, if
No,
he duck
no,
fighters,
no,
every fighter has ducked
Hey.
every fighter. If
Hey,
we're
Jordan,
gonna be talking about
he's
ducking, every
he's
fighter has
doing it
ducked.
blatantly. He's doing it blatantly. He had
I'm
a
finna
chance
kill
to
him
do
with this.
something. He has a chance to do something only 20 fighters
hate
have done.
Y'all,
He had
Canelo Alvarez
Who was-
had a chance to be undisputed. He had 3 titles. The only person he had to beat to be the undisputed champion at 160 was Demetrius Andrade. He did not fight Demetrius Andrade.
easy works. What's more rare, undisputed or 4 division champion? What's more rare?
You asked
that's
that already
undisputed. What
earlier.
are you talking about?
No, you're wrong. Nope, there've been over 100 undisputed champions, only 24 divisions.
You don't know what you
Boom.
talking
Hush. Yes, I do. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
Undisputed is the highest class
Undisputed.
of boxing.
Was
I
that
said what's more rare. I said what's more rare.
And when did Canelo get the franchise belt?
Nobody care
What the
about
hell
that.
we gotta do with anything about him getting a franchise belt?
When did he
He got
get
the
it?
franchise
Hey,
belt.
Because you're asking why he didn't fight. So that's important though. Don't try to bullshit me. When did he get it?
Listen,
You
When did
talking
he
about
get
that
it?
double
franchise
bonus
belt
belt?
when he ducked Charlo. That's when he got it. Cause
and
When?
Charlo
What?
duck Andre? Everybody duck everybody.
Come
You
on,
mean
man.
everybody duck everybody?
Exactly, man.
we talking
Yo,
about
Spence,
we
all
talking
right.
about y'all man.
No,
I
it's
said-
not even about our man. We're just saying that.
Yeah,
I'm
for
just
real,
saying
bro.
that he's
I'm
compound
Puerto Rican
number one.
Dominican, homie. Like
This
I
shit is
love
crazy,
everybody,
bro.
Who's
man.
saying
This
that
shit
that's
is
our
crazy.
man?
Y'all
Hey,
bugging.
man. You
You
can't.
know,
I
you
think
know,
you know what it
man
is.
living,
I
bro.
think
Bruh.
Listen,
I think
I'm
when you
talking
say
about
that's our
one of your
man,
favorite fighters, dog.
no. I think when you
That's-
say that's our man, it's because you think that we're Latinos and we're
No,
automatically
no,
going for Canelo
no,
Alvarez.
no. I never.
But nobody
No,
said that
no,
that's
we-
our favorite
no.
fighter.
We
No,
shouldn't be
I know
discussing color. We
Latinos
talking
and
boxing.
I know Puerto Ricans and Mexicans are different, dog. I know that. What I'm saying, he's our man. He's one of your favorite fighters.
I ain't even say Canelo Alvarez my favorite
man.
fighter.
Yeah. I got a
My
pass for
favorite,
pound
I
number
say
one,
like
but
this.
it's
I
not
say
like
blatantly.
he's my
I
man.
say
I don't know the dude.
I say
Okay.
it blatantly. My favorite
Oh.
fighters is Keith Thurman, Andre, Gary Russell, and Deontay Wilder on my page. Everybody know who's my favorite fighters. And
Yep,
they
and
all
we give him
box.
shit over Keith Thurman. We
We
constantly
talking
give
boxing.
moonshine
We
shit over
talking
Keith
boxing.
Thurman.
Keep race out of it. We talking
true.
boxing. Let's keep race out of it. Race ain't got nothing to do with boxing.
Okay,
That's facts, bro.
but
I
we're talking
appreciate
about,
that, brother.
But,
I
all right,
appreciate
but-
that. No race baiting. No race
but-
baiting. I
I'm
appreciate
not
that.
race
brother.
baiting.
So let's not discredit what Canelo Alvarez has done in the
He
in the
hasn't
span of
done
14
nothing.
months. Hold on. I got
He
you.
hasn't done
In the
nothing.
span
Hold
of
up, one
14
at a time,
months.
one at a time, fellas.
In the span of
One at a
14
time.
in the span of 14 months, Canelo Alvarez has jumped 3 weight classes, and all the opponents that he has fought was in the ranking of top 5. Fielding was top
bummed.
5 when he fought him. Fielding was top 5 when he fought him. Kovalev was top 3 when he fought him, and Daniel Jacob was top 3 when he fought him. Triple G was top 2, both of them when he fought him. So even though, let's say, hold on, I got you. So even though
Kovalev fight, that Reed Kovalev fight,
the Kovalev fight, he's a
Come on.
champion. He's 175. He's a champion, Kovalev.
I don't
That
It's not
Reed-
like
that Reed Kovalev fight.
Oh.
what?
No, He was the champion. He was the champion. He just came off a 12-round grueling fight with a young bull.
Hey, Batman, answer me this. If a Canelo this is so easy,
let him answer the
He
question.
got too much to train for Canelo Alvarez. So y'all call that a fight?
Yeah, that's a fight because he signed the contract.
Nah, yeah.
That's
Come on,
what
yeah.
I call. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And
He signed the
everybody
contract.
don't want to be called a casual boxing fan. That's what I'm saying.
hey, Batman, if what Canelo do is so easy, why is Andre moving up
What
and
you
doing
mean?
it? What? Why is everybody doing it all the time?
Canelo. He don't want to move up to fight bigger guys. He want to fight the best at his division.
Well, what if Canelo stays at 168?
Why haven't he
It's
fought the
different.
best in his division?
Because Canelo ducking him.
Canelo's one guy.
There's other people.
Charlo ducking.
Yeah,
They supposed
Canelo
to be
ducked
fighting.
him.
Yo, I'm
Canelo
really.
ducked him.
Why would
Canelo ducked him.
Canelo?
Hold on.
Y'all being
Canelo-
one petty about how many fighters
Can I-
actually have titles at 60. How many fighters actually have
Can I-
titles at 60?
Why would Canelo duck Canelo?
Ask his brother. His brother called him out on it too.
Canelo,
No.
Charlo ducked him, Canelo ducked him, and Billy Joe Saunders ducked him. So what is you
Why
talking
would
about?
Canelo duck Canelo?
They
Billy Joe
don't want
Saunders gave his
no
belt
part
up
of
for him.
Andrade. I'm telling you that right off.
Hey, for the same reason he ducked Jacobs and he ducked what's his name, Andrade, because he wants to fight anybody real. He wants to fight 154 pounders at 160.
But Canelo definitely should have fought Andrade by now, bro.
He
When?
moved up quick though. He moved up quick. I'm not really mad about that, bro.
They could have fought. They could have been fought since 154, yo. Like Canelo could have fought.
Not crazy.
Canelo could have fought Andrade after he beat Cotto, man. I mean, like, go way back, bro. Like, he could have been fought.
Wait,
Andrade,
so
Yo,
you're
but-
telling me
so-
he should have took the Amir Khan fight, which take him to the international market and was a payday for Canelo? You think he shouldn't have done that?
No,
Nah, he should not have fought
shouldn't
Amir
have
Khan.
Yo,
That didn't do
There's no
anything.
business fighting Amir Khan.
Canelo did
Yeah,
it.
no business fighting that boy. That boy's man. Amir Khan's a welterweight with no chin. Why you gonna bring him up to middleweight? We all knew that was going to happen.
Guys, can I bring the elephant in the room real quick? The elephant in the
But
room.
that's what I mean. That's
Ezekiel
crazy.
Lopez.
That's
I
crazy.
want to
That's-
Ezekiel Lopez too.
Hey,
And
I
guys,
want to bring the elephant in the room in real quick, bro. Let's not forget that that Canelo signed up to the zone and had a contract where he was supposed to be fighting premier fighters, right? So
Correct.
everybody that he fought, apparently not a lot of people are not happy about Rocky Fielding, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he has to do for his contract to get the international money in to make the money that is part of the contract. That's what the zone is holding him to. That's what this whole little spiel about the lawsuit was about. So let's not forget that little part about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't say Canelo's a duck because he's never been a duck. It's like calling me. I argued with somebody the other day. Manny Pacquiao's a duck. He ducked Terrence Crawford. Since when has Manny Pacquiao been a duck? And that's what I'm hearing right now. Canelo's a duck. He's not a duck.
Yo, when you on the top, when you on the top, when you
Pacquiao's been a duck.
oh my,
Pacquiao been a duck.
Canelo been a
oh
duck.
my goodness.
Canelo been a
Pacquiao
duck.
been a duck.
I understand the panel we're dealing with right now. All right,
Hey,
buddy.
guys,
You know what we
Canelo
did.
been-
Hey,
You
y'all
know
just
what
keep
we
it
did.
boxing. Hey,
You
keep it
know what we
boxing, man.
did.
It's like that on the battlefield. Just keep it boxing. It ain't
Hey,
personal.
guys.
I'm good. I'm not emotional, nothing like that. Yeah.
Wrong.
But I see how it's going right now. Now everybody's showing the true colors. We're saying that
Hey,
Pacquiao
guys.
duck when Pacquiao has fought every fucking person. He's an 8-weight division champion.
That don't mean
So
he
anybody
ain't
that
ducked
thinks that is foolish. They're
That don't
casual.
mean
Hey,
he
guys.
ain't ducked nobody.
Hey guys, I appreciate
That
man,
Pacquiao
y'all letting me
done
share this
plenty
platform
fighters.
with y'all. Hey guys, I appreciate y'all letting me share this platform with y'all. I gotta go. I gotta get up in the morning and do this virtual school stuff with my son. And I appreciate, the debating with y'all, and I appreciate all you guys. I watch all you guys. I appreciate
So
it.
thanks for the time, brother.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Take care, yo.
I'm gonna hit you back, man, for sure.
We definitely appreciate you. You're making your brother look good. You're gonna give him a lot more fans because you're very intelligent. You speak like know about sports, especially about boxing, and you're gonna make your brother a lot more fans just because of the way you speak. We appreciate you for joining up.
Hey, appreciate you, Batman. Salute to you, man. You and the Russell family.
Salute.
All right, salute to all y'all.
Salute, my brother.
Yeah, boxing needs more people like him because he makes his family look good because he's just like so he speaks educated. He's just awesome to talk to. He's a down to earth guy, so he just makes his brother look like phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm glad he was here too, because at the end of the day, like I've seen him get like shut out on other channels where it's not fair to him. Like they're trying to make him look dumb when really he's just trying to like talk boxing, and people just because they disagree with him start talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy he was here. You know what I mean? And I'm happy he was on Punch Drunk's channel earlier too.
They go on a lot. They go on a lot on these channels, man.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to Punch Drunk, man. Appreciate you networking and everything. Everybody else is on here right now. M Stacks, Moonshine, Easy Work, Coach Chris.
Yes, sir.
Educate Boxing, Guido. Everybody else that dropped in today, man. This Canelo topic is gonna be on and on. But right now, to be honest, I don't see anybody else that can take the place. If you want to deny Canelo as being the top face of boxing, the top pound for pound, we have to replace him with somebody. And I just don't see anybody that can be replaced right now to say they're the top pound for pound in boxing right now. Who can we put up there? It can't be Terrence Crawford. That's the closest one. It can't be Lomachenko. It can't. So who will it be though? That's
AJ will be the closest. AJ, if he wins undisputed, he could make a fight for the face of boxing.
AJ just lost to a trash man.
Hey Z,
he just lost to a garbage man.
You hit me.
We can't replace. We can't replace.
He just lost to a garbage man.
Come on, Z.
We can't replace anybody. We can't replace anybody because it is Canelo. He can't be replaceable right now.
Yeah, he
Who
can't.
says it's Canelo?
I totally agree with that.
You got it.
It is Canelo. Now Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez and get that IBF. That only enhances, it upgrades Lomachenko as well. But right now, it's nobody fighting anybody that's going to be elevated in pound for pound.
And the only reason Punch says that, just because I've been on his channel so long for so many years and shit. The only reason he says that, if y'all don't watch Punch Drunk, is because he's trying to say that because Terrence Crawford, everybody had him pound for pound, but he hasn't been fighting pound for pound or top 10 fighters, so that's why he's kind of losing his stigma. He's kind of losing his placement.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the only reason that he's saying that, because everybody agrees that Terrence Crawford is like awesome, but he needs to fight somebody to maintain that. If you're not fighting anybody, just like Usyk, like I said earlier, Usyk, I love Usyk, but at the end of the day, yeah, he was undisputed at cruiserweight, but now, damn, bro, you went up to heavyweight and you're not doing, like, you fought one person. And I know COVID happened and all that, but damn, bro, like I gotta see something out of you if I'm gonna keep you in the top 5 pound for pound. Otherwise, you lose your stature.
Well, at least with Usyk, we see a timeline because he has one more tune-up fight. After that, he wants to cash in his mandatory. So we'll see what he has soon. Crawford, I don't know what we're gonna do with Crawford because I don't see anything in the horizon, and it pains me to say because I love Crawford. So.
Yeah,
let me ask you this.
What do you see on the horizon for Canelo?
Hey, hold up, people. Let me ask you this, Glenn. When it comes down to Terrence Crawford, should Inoue be in front of Terrence Crawford, or should Terrence Crawford be in front of
No. Inoue, I like him at his weight class, and I like what he's doing. But there's questions there that need to be solved with Chocolatito coming back, and then with Estrada and all that. There's questions that need to be answered at that weight division. But when it comes to Crawford, let's not lie, he was undisputed. But he came up, he did a little bit of damage with Oren and stuff like that, but he hasn't done anything since. And that's the whole question that people have right now. And I have that same question too, because I love Crawford. I'll tell you right now, I think he could beat Spence. You know what I'm saying? And I love Spence too. You could count me like, when real people talk, they don't have to remember what they said, because you could count me in a year and a half from now and I'm gonna still say the same thing. You see what I'm saying? It's not what I feel, it's what I know. And what I'm saying is that when it comes to Crawford, I believe he's better than Spence, even though people will disagree with that. But at the end of the day, he hasn't shown anything. He hasn't proved anything at 147. He needs to prove that.
I agree with you on that.
And that's the only thing I got to say about Crawford, because otherwise he's still right now top pound for pound number 3 for me. The only reason I'll say he's number 2. Actually, he's number 2.
He also stopped every opponent since he's been at 147.
Yeah. But I want to see him drop like or stop top 10 opponents.
A
You know what I'm
quality
saying? And start
opponent.
making his name in the 147 division right now. And I'm not completely blaming him. This is one of the things that I get in a lot of smoke with the YouTube community about, is that I feel like it's more, his management with Top Rank, with Bob Arum. I feel like they're holding him back. But then again, I can't even like lie and say that they're not wrong, that it's Al Heyman, because they're like kind of smoking him out too. You know what I mean? So they're blocking him from the fight, and then Bob Arum's blocking him because they got this. It's like the Bob Arum versus Mayweather all over again. You know what I mean?
To be honest, Glenn, I don't think Al Heyman is holding them back. I think that people forget about the timeline. Remember, Bud Crawford was the last one to come up to 147. Al Heyman already got plans for Earl Spence, for Keith Thurman, for Sean Porter, for Danny Swift Garcia. So Bud Crawford was the last one to come up. He has already plans for his clients. And I think the hype of Bud Crawford is what actually disrupted the 147. But that's just the hype. That's just the ESPN machine, in my opinion. But still,
but that still has to do with the contract. That's what I'm trying to say. It has to do with outside of him himself. You see what I'm saying? And this is you're one of the people that I disagree with. I wasn't going to mention you, but you're one of the people that I disagree with when we going on your channel about that, because I feel like they are holding the fight back. It's the promotional companies, it's the contractors. You know what I'm saying? They're holding it back because apparently we've already seen the YouTube footage where both of them are in front of each other. They want the smoke. They want it.
No, they do want the smoke, but is Earl Spence, let's say for the next fight, and it's Earl Spence and Manny Pacquiao on Bud Crawford on the table. What do you think Earl Spence is gonna do? Gonna take that Manny Pacquiao fight. Anybody's gonna take that Manny Pacquiao fight.
Yeah,
so
but
even
Manny
Bud
Pacquiao
Crawford is gonna take that Manny Pacquiao fight if it's on the table.
Yeah.
But it's Manny Pacquiao taking the Spence fight.
Right. That it's up to Manny Pacquiao. You're right about that. He's the cash cow.
For me, it's up to the managers and the advisors. You know, when it comes to PBC,
That's what I just said. That's what I said. Like it's up to them. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Bob
fellas,
Arum on camera looking like he don't want to make a fight.
I'm gonna be real,
Errol
fellas.
Spence and Terrence Crawford are in each other's faces. You got the dudes asking Bob Arum, "Can we make the fight?" Bob Arum's like, "Huh."
Yeah.
What?
But see, like Manny Pacquiao did the right move. He said he wanted the best 147, so he went to PBC. Maybe Bud Crawford should have never signed that extension.
I don't think we should really. I don't think you should really consider Pacquiao. I mean, he caught lightning in a bottle, I guess, and I think maybe he caught Thurman slipping. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, hey, he's 41. He's still. I don't know. But
I think we need. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying he got the win, but I still don't think Pacquiao's up there to compete with Spence and Porter and Crawford. I think they're a little bit of I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's a WBA champ.
He should drop that belt.
He the champ. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give him that. He won the fight, so it definitely beat him. Props to him. I don't know if he necessarily want to get in the ring with Errol Spence, though.
This may sound crazy, but I give Pacquiao a better chance against Spence than I do what's his name, Porter. I think Porter's the worst matchup. I think Spence still washes him, but he has a better chance against Spence than he does against Porter.
Yeah. I think Porter will get beat against Manny Pacquiao easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he's aggressive,
I can see that too because Porter comes in, right? My bad. No, let me let you make your point. My bad, bro. I always interrupt, bro. I apologize.
We got to look at how Manny Pacquiao is now. You know, Manny Pacquiao, he continues to come in. He continues to fight. I think Sean Porter, he tries to box now. I think that the criticism of him being a football player has gotten his head a little, and he don't want to go out there and really brawl, which made him where he's at. And I think he want to go out there and show the public now that he can box. And I think that's what's going to get his ass whooped against Manny Pacquiao. I think he will go out there.
I'd like to see it. I'd pay for that.
I agree because he tried to do that with Danny Swift Garcia and found out that he couldn't box.
And Ugas.
Yeah, I think Ugas dropped him too. They didn't count that one.
They didn't count.
Yeah, I think hey, everybody get one. I guess I thought. Yeah, I don't know.
I think
That
Ugas
Ugas
is the
fight.
most underrated 154, 147 pounder. He's definitely the most underrated.
Oh,
Ugas
Errol
is-
Spence. Errol Spence has been Ugas for years. When
Ugas
Errol
is a tough.
Spence
I think
Ugas is
fought
a tough fight.
Campbell, he's supposed to fight Ugas. Ugas something to deal with. He a big
Ugas is
welterweight.
good, man. Ugas can scrap, and
He a
like I
big,
was like you just
strong
said,
welterweight.
he a big dude. He's well built. Yeah. That's a
He a
tough
big
fight.
wel-
That's the one guy that.
And-
Hey, does Ugas have a
and-
single
and-
non-controversial
nobody.
loss?
Nah, Ugas is good, man.
He ain't
Ugas is
afraid
a
to
good
fight
fighter,
nobody.
man.
But do you think Ugas is like per his, outside?
Who
I ain't
broke
hear
up there?
Man, World
Somebody
Combat.
That was
broke up.
World
Right?
Combat.
Oh, my bad. Hey, listen, but Ugas to me, like he's a skilled fighter, man, but he's got a lot of flaws, man. Like
Yeah.
even though he's got the Cuban amateur career, and I get it, but dude, that he just fought right now, just kind of like exposed the fact that when you fighting like some elite welterweights, bro, like you're gonna get hammered, bro. Like maybe Porter fucked up, maybe Porter like lightweight or something like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, like if you fighting somebody that's really, I'm sorry, but a lot of people see like Danny Garcia like a tune-up. No. Danny Garcia probably hammer his ass to sleep, to be honest with you. And then also Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing that I like about Ugas with Keith Thurman is that he could land a left. You know what I mean? But he's not a lefty. So, like it's just like one of those things where it's like just because he could switch positions, he could probably land a left on him. But that's the reason Josecito Lopez had against him.
And that's the thing, you exactly right. You know what I'm
If
saying? I want to see these cats fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all seen the whole Vernon Forrest, Shane Mosley, Ricardo Marga, the tribe, how those three fighters went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where Forrest could beat Mosley, but couldn't beat Mayorga, and Mayorga he could beat Forrest, but couldn't beat Mosley, and Mosley couldn't beat Forrest, but he could beat Mayorga. So
just
it's
like Glenn Johnson too. Glenn Johnson.
Just want to see the fights, man. Like I just want to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to see these matchups, man. Like I know you can't take these tough fights all the time. Obviously, you gotta, pick spots. But I mean,
Ugas will bring hell
with anybody. I think. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's a big guy.
Ugas will bring hell to anyone 47 pounds. But he needs to work on his jab, distance, and patience.
Yeah,
he's a great strong. He goes to the body. He's offensive, but he becomes impatient, and he needs to learn distance with his jab.
But
if he can do that, I think he can beat almost any fighter at 147.
He knows it though, but he's impatient because you said, see how you said double the jab up and stuff like that. Like he does it, but the problem is that he because he's been in wars and he lost the fight against Porter and stuff like that. He wants to come in and try to knock somebody out. You remember that last fight? He like threw like a haymaker and completely missed and went through the ropes. It's because he's like hesitating. He's trying to.
And what was the reason why? What was the reason he got caught like that? Because he wasn't creating distance. He was standing there going toe to toe with that dude. Ugas really don't have to do that because he's such a strong fighter. He was so eager to win that title that he stood there. He don't have to do that. His trainer should put him on using his jab to create distance, and then he needs to attack.
Yeah, it went against his corner's training.
Huh?
Yeah,
I said it went against the corner's training. My bad, Punch. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say because I was reading what Deacon wrote, and he said, the heavyweight cannot be pound for pound. He took it out, but he said it because of one weight class. So how Errol Spence could be in the pound for pound of it if he only fought in one weight class?
Yep, that's a great point.
Yeah, no. I actually said that earlier. I said that earlier. My bad. Who's talking? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
No.
bro.
I've been trying to tell them shit. I've been trying to say the same shit. They're trying to have Elton number one over Canelo.
Who is the only undisputed fighter walking around right now?
Huh? What happened?
Who is the only fighter that's been undisputed recently walking around right now?
Usyk.
Crawford and Usyk.
No, not only my bad. Not only Crawford, but Usyk. The number one pound for pound fighter is Terrence Crawford. The second is Usyk, and then the rest goes down. Undisputed is the highest title in boxing. Period.
Yeah.
How long ago was Crawford undisputed? You know, he hasn't done anything. Like, sports is all about what he's done for me lately, and he hasn't done anything. But speaking of undisputed, back to pound for pound, where are you guys going to place Charlo if he wins against Rosario and becomes undisputed? Or replace him in the top 10? I say he's top 5 easy.
I mean, did you see Kovalev's fight just a few months before he fought Kovalev? Not to say that it would have mattered. I mean, she got paid to take a dive anyway. But did you see that?
Wait, you just say he took a dive?
Hell yeah, we believe he took a dive.
Wow, they should have won an Oscar for that one. That's an Oscar worthy if you say he took a dive. That was just, that was definitely not a dive. Now, what's going on? That one guy, that's a dive. That was nowhere near a dive.
Hey, I want to ask you a
I'm not the only person here who believes that.
Hey, hold up.
That Charlo fight, though.
Charlo fight, though. The Charlo, if he defeats Jason Rosario, whether they put him in the top pound for pound, neither one of them in the top pound for pound now, whose slot he's going to take? Just because he's unified, 1 through 6 are unified champions. Whose slot is he going to take?
He'll be undisputed, not unified. Isn't it undisputed?
I give
Charlo's
Jamal
unified, man. He's going to be unified.
I give
WBO still out there.
Jamal Charlo honorable mention in pound for pound. Honorable mention. Jamal
Correct.
Charlo.
Correct. Because
11.
the 1 through 6 is unified titles. Gennady Golovkin sits at 7. And he just has the IBF. So whose slot will he take 1 through 6 of the unified champions that's on the pound for pound? Nobody.
Yeah, that's tough, definitely, bro. Because I got a couple people, a lot of people ahead of him, But and I'm gonna be honest, I'm giving Matt credit to the Charlos because I really much dislike them, like I dislike Caleb Plant, but I never dislike their skills or talent, and I don't try to be biased towards them. You know what I mean? I don't like Caleb Plant because I don't like the way that when people miss or a shot that he looks past and trying to be funny and leaving his hands down because you're gonna get caught like that. If you're a real champion, you don't do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Charlos, they got a great 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Eat double jab and all that stuff, man. But I still see them getting caught because they a little, for me, they're a little like Mikey Garcia in that fundamentally sound thing, but they don't have anything extra. You know what I'm saying? A little bit athletic, but not athletic as some people.
Well, speaking of Triple G, how can you have him in your top 5 per pound list, but yet when he fought Canelo, he was too old? And it's not considered a legit win. Can someone explain that one to me?
Because of how ripped he looked in that first fight. Canelo.
Hey, salute to everyone on the panel. Can I step in for a second?
Hey, what's going on, Deacon 305? Salute. Thanks for welcome to the panel, bro. How you feel?
Hey, too blessed to be stressed and highly favored. I appreciate it, brother. I just want to say a few things, and now my battery is running low. I want to clear up some just a few things, and we allude. The media uses the pound for pound term so loosely these days, and it's by design. That's to take the luster out of it, because for so long, pound for pound fighters has been black fighters, and they want to strip that down. This is why they throw this word around so loosely these days. They try to take the luster out of it. And truth be known, that behind Andre Ward, pound for pound, after he retired, after a few more fights, they deemed Terrence Crawford pound for pound number 1. Man cleared out his whole entire division and came undisputed. Now, Canelo had the chance to do the same, and he could have possibly surpassed Terrence Crawford, but he chose not to do that. He chose to nitpick the weakest champions in each division that he moved up in, and that's a fact. So when you do stuff like that, it kills your credibility as a champion, because real champions want all the smoke. what it is? Think about Roy Jones. He said this: I didn't want a promoter because anytime anyone wanted to challenge me, I felt like if I was the king of the hill, I wanted all the smoke. I'm coming to see it. If you say you want me, I'm coming to see it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that has to be respected from a purist, a real champion, not a guy that's so-called doing it for legacy and doing it to hide behind a false prestige and got folks thinking, hey man, this is the greatest thing since Ice-T, right? And if you're behind you, it's easy for them to get on your side and say that you're the best thing since Ice-T, right? So, you know, you can't knock his people for riding with it. I don't knock them. But when you get to the actual facts of this thing, Canelo has picked the weakest champions in every division that he moves up to. So we have to be careful when we celebrate these guys. We have to make sure we celebrate them truthfully. And because when you put out this false narrative about these guys being as great as they are, and I do say that Terrence Crawford, until he loses, he is pound for pound number one. He might not have fought the opponents that people wants him to see, but this man right now can retire. Go look at his record. He can retire right now today. He is a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame. That's a fact.
Let me ask you a question.
Hey, Deacon.
Who's the weakest champion at 147?
Who is the weak? I don't like to use that term because that's disrespectful to guys who put their life on the line. But who is the one that's more use the word vulnerable? The more vulnerable.
No, because
champion?
you said the weaker you said that Canelo Alvarez picks the weakest champions of the respective division. So I'm just asking, who's the
no.
Who's the 147
The reason why I say
weakest champion?
Canelo hasn't even been fighting welterweights like he used to.
What they got to do with 147 though?
Because that's all Canelo used to fight was
What I'm
welterweight.
trying to
That holds no logic.
What? No, what I'm asking.
That's all he used to do was pull up welterweights.
No. I'm just saying. I could pull when before the Triple G fight, who was the weakest at the middleweight. He's just pulling out that Canelo Alvarez fights the weakest champion of the respective division. So he's talking about Bud Crawford at one, and I'm just saying at 147, who's the weakest out of the champions?
I'm glad
Manny Pacquiao or Bud Crawford?
I'm glad you corrected me because I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. And the part that you were correcting me on is calling fighters weak, and I don't want to use that term. But the most vulnerable champions, Canelo picked those guys. Now, go to your. I'm used to guys deflecting, so I can answer the deflecting question. That's no problem. You know what I'm saying? But the most vulnerable guy at champion wise, you're not talking about just opponents, right? Just champions.
Well, so you're saying Jacobs and Triple G was the weakest champion when Canelo fought him? They were the weakest?
Now there you go again.
Well, you said he fought the weakest champions. You know, those are three of his last 5 fights are against those guys. So were they the weakest champions?
No.
I mean,
I'm going to clear that up for you. Now, I said when I first started this, he could have surpassed Terrence Crawford with the undisputed had he cleaned up the 160 division. He did not do that. He saw a guy that can box, can move, can punch. That is a problem for Canelo. He's stationary. He's front-footed. That was going to be a problem for Canelo. He was not going to take that challenge. He elected to do other things. That's a fact.
No, but what I said earlier, everybody knows that he got that. The problem with Golden Boy Canelo began with the 30-day that Canelo Alvarez wanted to fight Demetrius Andrade. They did the paperwork late, and he got stripped from his title. Once he got stripped from his title, then there's no more undisputed. It's not that Canelo Alvarez didn't want to fight him. That's the dispute that he had with Golden Boy. That's the beginning of the drama. He wasn't happy about being stripped, and he wasn't happy about the paperwork.
Listen,
so he really didn't dunk Andrade.
Listen, it's too much time in the air, bro. He could have fought him, and he still can fight him. You know what I mean? Because guess what? He's still champion at 160. Is that a fact?
But he's fighting at 168
No,
because
no,
he just fought at
No,
175.
no.
What?
Let's not use buts. I'm asking you a question. Is it not a fact that he's a champion at 160 right now?
Did I not just state a fact as well? I didn't say but. I said a fact, not a but.
Somebody just said but I'm just
Nobody
saying
said
to
but.
you. Okay, all I'm saying to you is this: if he wants to be as great as his fan base think that he is, why don't he become undisputed in these weight classes and fight the champions that are not most vulnerable? Because there are some heavy hitters at 175. There are some heavy hitters at 168. I mean, come on, man. And then I heard somebody say earlier that he would just run through Caleb Plant. Man, are you serious? Are you
That's
serious?
serious. Dead serious. I got 100 on that. I got 100 on that.
Yo,
No.
I got something to say.
If they fight, I got 100 on that.
Canelo's
Anybody can take me up
ducking
on that.
Mexican fighters. He's ducking Benavidez. He's ducking Mexican fighters. How you gonna
That's
be
a
in
fact.
boxing and not fight Mexican fighters?
How do you duck when you're fighting nothing but champions?
He's definitely not gonna fight no Benavidez. I don't care what you say,
He's
bro.
not fighting any
You don't want
Mexicans,
no
man.
problems with no
He's not
Benavidez.
fighting any Mexicans.
Okay, but how's he ducking when he's
Errol
fighting
Spence-
nothing
Errol
but
Spence-
champions?
Yo,
Errol
you
Spence
really gonna
says, I'm not-
you're gonna
I'm not
compare
fighting no more
Benavidez' skill
brothers.
set to Canelo Alvarez right now?
That's what I'm saying.
I
I
ain't
told this guy
comparing
earlier.
skill sets. I'm
I told you
comparing
that
skill
earlier.
sets. Beat
Yo,
Canelo
bet your
ass,
money,
bro.
I
bro.
want to see
You
it.
feel
I
confident
wanna
what you
see
saying? Bet your money. Bet
I
some
wanna
money, bro.
see it.
You talking a
I
lot,
wanna
but
see
you don't want to
it.
bet.
You're gonna
Hey,
you're
we
gonna
ain't got nothing
compare
to bet on because we
Benavidez'
ain't
skill
gonna
set
fight
to
him,
money on the
Canelo
bro.
lines right
Alvarez?
now.
We ain't gonna fight him, bro. So we ain't gonna have nothing to bet on. I'd love to
Caleb
bet you for that fight, bro.
Terrence Crawford
Listen,
comes out
Caleb
and
Plant
say
got a better
he
skill
not fighting
set than
brothers.
Benavidez.
It's a problem, bro.
that Canelo is fighting nothing but champion. Again, these are nitpicks, man. These are champions that are most vulnerable at the class.
Rocky
Right?
Fielding.
If that's so easy, why isn't nobody else in boxing doing it? I mean, it's so easy.
The
Man, come
Rocky
on, man.
Fielding fight. Me and my girl are sitting there counting the rounds, trying to see if
You're
they'll
not-
make it to round 4. That's how
See,
bad
what-
the fight was.
See, one thing is true in all of this. Some people believe what they believe.
Yeah.
And they cannot be turned around. And that's you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean,
Okay,
you believe
Deacon, if it's so easy, why is nobody else doing it?
You saying the
Hey,
same thing.
hey, we
Let's-
talk
let's-
about
let's
you talk about your old lady during the Canelo Kovalev fight, man. My wife walked in when I was watching that fight. She was like, "He's still fighting."
Let's
She was like,
let's be
"Kovalev
honest.
still fighting?
Let's be
How long has he been fighting? He was old back then."
let's be honest. Let's be honest. Once you're a top fighter and you're regarded as number one, anybody you fight, somebody's gonna say that you're ducking them. That happened to Floyd Mayweather. It's happening to Canelo. Once you're the top guy,
Nah, bro.
and like that, give it an example. Yes, it is because
Mayweather was
all right,
dominating his
yes.
opponent.
Once you
No.
look,
He
let me
was
give you an
dominating
example.
his
I'm gonna give you an
opponent.
example.
Don't
I
use
just gave.
that.
Hold on. Let me hear
I
Punch
just
talk.
gave
Hold
you an
on.
example.
Let me hear Punch talk. Hold
Yo,
on.
once you're a top guy, no matter who Canelo fights next, if he fights Charlo next, you're gonna say he's ducking Demetrius Andre. If he fights
No.
Demetrius Andre, he's ducking Charlo.
No.
If he's
Nah.
ducking,
No.
if he fights Benavidez, you're ducking Caleb Plant. If he fights Caleb Plant, you're ducking Benavidez. He's in a position where whoever he fights, because
Hey.
he's on top, he's ducking
It's in a
somebody.
no
If
win
Earl
win
Spence,
situation.
if
No.
Earl
If he
Earl
just fights
Spence,
Andrade, that'll do a lot right
if Earl
there, bro.
Spence, yo,
Hey,
if
let me-
Earl Spence fights Bud Crawford, if Earl Spence fight Bud Crawford, and Manny Pacquiao says you're ducking me, then people gonna be like, "What? You was ducking
Why
Manny
you keep
Pacquiao?"
switching
When
there?
you on top like that,
But Errol Spence has
no, I'm
already
not
fought.
switching everything. I'm talking about the top fighter. You're
You
Punch
keep
drunk.
discrediting
switching
everything about Canelo Alvarez.
Mr. Punch
Y'all
drunk.
discrediting everything
So
Canelo
Rocky
Alvarez
Fielding,
doing. Now
Rocky
y'all not
Fielding
saying.
was the top fighter
What is
in
you
his
drinking,
division.
man?
Yes, he was top 5. He was top 5.
Yes, he's a top
in his
fighter.
division.
I didn't say
168, he
top
was a
five.
top
I
fighter.
said the top fighter.
He was top 5 in his division.
Yes, he was a
And
top
I
fighter
heard-
in 168. Yes, he was, my brother.
Can I speak real quick?
And what's he doing now?
He was a.
I heard you guys say earlier that
He's
that Floyd.
He's in the
that
top
Floyd
10.
was
William
also,
Smith.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I
Hey,
heard
hold
you
on.
guys
One
earlier.
time. Let Deacon roll.
I heard you guys say earlier that Floyd Mayweather was doing the same thing of draining of the weight. Floyd fought these guys, and he was at a weight disadvantage. He was fighting guys like Canelo, Oscar De La Hoya. All these guys had 17 pounds of weight advantage on this man. This man didn't care. You know what I'm saying? This man did not give a darn about how big these guys came in. He understood the skill was going to pay the bills. Canelo cannot say that. That's why he tried to mimic Floyd, but at the same time,
if
he was going to mimic Floyd, he should have.
He took Maidana's gloves too.
Look.
Yeah, I feel like me personally, like when it
weight train is more taxing than a catch weight. It's way more devastating against the boxer than having like rehydration.
Like nobody got any answers. Nobody got any answers.
If we're gonna talk about Canelo Alvarez, let's keep it on Canelo Alvarez. Let's stop jumping from different weight classes.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm trying to say because that's the point of the conversation, right? Like we jumped on that, right? So everybody's jumping here and here. Like, the triangular theory doesn't really work all the time.
No, I came in a little late on the panel. I was just trying to catch up, and because I had to rewind and find out the conversations that I missed. Right, so I heard some things that I wanted to address. That's all.
He can study them analytics.
I mean,
so I'm saying like
as hell.
So you are like, just to bring it back to the point, like, what are you saying that Errol Spence is pound for pound over Canelo? Just to clarify, because
man, stop it. Hell no. Come on, stop it. Don't nobody announce that. That ain't happening.
Okay, so we're on the same page then.
This ain't no popularity contest. I know that's been floating out there from a certain media outlet, but Errol Spence is not freaking pound for pound over Canelo.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because
that's all I gotta see. That's all. That's
Errol
the fact.
Errol Spence has not done enough yet. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He still has not really gotten the big namesakes yet. You see what I'm saying? Still
He on his way.
Contests don't really matter, bro. Like everything else, all the details don't really matter when it comes to a pissing contest about what you think about somebody else. The question really was, is Errol Spence pound for pound better than Canelo? And no, he's not.
Yeah, Canelo been fighting for a long time now. Here's the thing. I think there's just a little bit of a disconnect, right? Like, people aren't saying that Canelo can't fight. All right, you know what I'm saying? Canelo definitely can fight. He's a definite. He's a very competent boxer. Got a good IQ. Got proven power. He's got phenomenal head and body movement. He's got power. He's fundamentally sound. It's his competition level that doesn't match his resume. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Like, I think Canelo Alvarez, I think he could beat Charlo. I don't think he could beat Andrade. I happen to think Andre's the best middleweight. That's just my opinion.
I think he can beat Charlo.
But why does this always fall on Canelo?
Charlo. That's a winnable fight. And the fact that he doesn't have that belt and Charlo had it, they didn't fight. That gives me a weird. I just don't like that. That's just not how that's not how I like boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's something new that we got going on these days. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo can fight, but it's just like, I want to know, how good is he really? And we'll only know that if he fights Charlo, Andre, Plant, Benavidez in their primes. That's all it is, man.
And can someone answer me this question? Why does it only fall on Canelo? Why doesn't it fall on anybody else to start unifying titles? So when Canelo fights them, it's for them with one belt. Because right now, at any given time, he has 12 different opponents he could fight off. If you want to start quote unquote cherry picking, unify those titles. Make Canelo fight the best. Because guess what? There's gonna be one person with multiple titles, so there'll be best in division, and Canelo would have to fight them instead of just he's fighting the weakest champion. But if there's no unified champions anywhere, why aren't they fighting themselves? If they're so great and they really want the Canelo fight, they would fight each other.
The belts don't matter as much.
Hey, Z, let me say this. Z, you need to hold Canelo Alvarez accountable for him having say so over his opponents. With the signing of the $365 million 11 fight deal, his first opponent was Rocky Fielding. You have to give him his culpability in not picking high level fights. He selected the ones that he chose to that would be easy touches for him.
Yeah, but then he moved up and beat the champion. Come on, dude, really?
Yeah, he did.
He beat the champion, dog.
But when it comes down to the opponents, even this is a deal with the lawsuit. They don't consider those 3 names premier opponents. So you have to weigh that into consideration that even the zone or every article you say Rocky Fielding is not a premier opponent. It don't matter what their ranking is, nor is Sergey Kovalev, nor is Daniel Jacobs. That was their problem. Golden Boy is not owning up to their side of the bargain by providing one premier opponent a year.
I got this. This is simple. So a premier fighter is Mazgadov, Khalib, and Oscar De Leon. Those are premier opponents. That's the list that the zone gave Canelo.
Hey, you asked them who put it in the contract. That didn't come out of my mouth. I'm just telling you, he had to say so over his opponents. So if you hear Oscar De La Hoya and Gennady Golovkin and Jorge Masvidal competing in Nurmagomedov, you need to talk to them. I didn't say they was premier opponents.
Well, but you're basing it off of the zone issue. But the zone is saying Khalid, who fights in different sports, Magomedov, who fights in different sports, Oscar De La Hoya, who's like freaking 50 years old, are premier opponents. But yet Jacobs, who was top 3 at 160, wasn't a top opponent. Fielding, who was top 5 in his division, not a top opponent. Sergey Kovalev, who was top 4 at worst in his division, was not a top opponent.
The same thing you said early in the broadcast, and I understand where you're coming from. All respect, but what I'm saying is one of the arguments that they had going on with this lawsuit was the fact that Golden Boy haven't owned up to their side of the bargain with one premier opponent of the year, and they didn't consider Rocky Fielding a premier opponent, regardless of what he had around his waist. They didn't consider him as such, nor Daniel Jacobs, nor was Sergey Kovalev.
Yeah, but you're thinking of different kind of premier opponent. What they're thinking about premier opponents is stuff that could sell tickets. That's why they're bringing in Mazgadov and Khalid and Oscar.
I'm not talking about my personal opinion. I'm saying what they said in the lawsuit, that Golden Boy wasn't owning up to that standard of one premier opponent of the year. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's been reported that the list that the zone gave Canelo was Mazgadov, who fights different sport, Khalid, who fights different sports, and a 5th-year Oscar, who can different opponents. All they care about is the selling, not skill. There's 2 different things. We're looking at skills. I'm talking about skilled fighters. When the people who Canelo's fight are skilled, they're looking at what sells tickets, which is not the same thing.
Killer Z, did they not pay him $365 million, right?
Not yet.
Canelo, didn't they pay him a big? Okay,
it's in the current.
A business, they want to recuperate. They want to recuperate their money. If they paying him $365 million, they're not going to recuperate nothing fighting no Fieldings. They signed him to fight Triple G in a third.
He get that money each fight he makes.
They would have referred. He tried to fight Triple G the first fight on the contract, but he didn't.
Right.
Yeah, they preferred, but they signed him to recuperate money, to make money. They're not trying to lose money with him fighting opponents that don't bring money. They want marketable opponents.
That's right.
That's what Premier means. That's what Premier means. Easy Boxing made it clear. That's what Premier means. They want premier opponents. It isn't my take or my definition of Premier. It's what they're saying is going to bring in the money.
Okay, so tell me in boxing, who is Premier then, besides Canelo?
Bro, it don't matter who is Premier. It's for them. They said those opponents that he selected first 3 wasn't Premier. Sergey, Jacobs, and Fielding. They didn't consider them as premier opponents. They did not.
Okay, then you tell me who's Premier then.
You didn't hear what he just said.
I know what he just said.
Hey, yo, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm about to head out. I got to charge this phone.
Yeah.
All right,
thanks for having me. And salute to everybody.
Hey, salute, Will. Appreciate you stopping through, man.
Put Punch's latest comment. That's what I'm getting to it. What Punch just said right now. Put that in. That's my point.
Put what in now?
Punch's latest post on the chat. Post that. That's what I'm going. That's what I'm heading to. What Punch just said.
I can't read it. We can't read the chat from. I can't read the chat from here. What did he say?
Latest poll. What latest poll?
Yeah, I
Does,
can't read it.
No, it's latest post.
does Charlo Android brings the money? That post?
Yep. And that's my whole point. So if we're gonna talk about like we're gonna knock Canelo because the zone doesn't see premier boxers, then guess what? Canelo can fight anybody because nobody but Canelo brings the money.
Benavidez will bring the money because he's the Mexican fighter.
How many pay-per-views did Benavidez take up his last fight?
No.
Z, you got
They got a whole country behind him.
Well, guess what?
They got a whole country behind him.
Who
So
does
you're telling
who does Andrade has behind him? Who does Charlo have behind them, man? Come on, man. They better hope these numbers do big.
I agree with you
Charlo
on
brothers,
that.
man.
I agree with you on that. Those two fighters, yeah, their numbers won't do big against Canelo. But at the end of the day, that don't mean he don't supposed to fight them.
Well,
He's
I
not
disagree.
supposed to. Just because they don't see it don't mean those are his legacy fights.
I disagree.
Yeah, we not witness.
If Canelo,
that's his legacy.
if
They're not
Canelo
their
is,
legacy.
listen, if Canelo is the draw, right? If he's put in, and the fight is promoted right with the right opponent, and then the bigger heads can see an outcome where they can see their funds coming back, because it's about putting butts in the seat. And if everybody's chasing Canelo because he is the so-called next cash cow after Floyd Mayweather, if you put him in with Boo Boo Andrade, everybody's been saying that Canelo's ducking this guy. This is going to be huge because it will put a lot of people to a lot of questions to sleep. If Canelo can for number one, take the challenge. Number two, get in there and beat him conventionally. Where and check it out. What if he beat him in a toe-to-toe grueling great match? You got a second fight. That's more revenue coming in. But if you keep picking the Fieldings of the world, and nobody wants to see that.
Deacon, go to where you live. Ask 1,000 people if they know who Boo Boo Andre. I'll be shocked if one person knows who he is.
Come on, man. You
am I wrong?
They know Canelo.
Right.
They know Canelo.
They know Canelo.
So no matter who he fights, they're not going to draw more people because they don't have their own fan base.
But listen, you going against your own point. What I'm saying to you is, if Canelo is the perceived cash cow, right? He has a big enough name to bring his opponent along.
And again, that's why I said earlier, do these other fighters want the Canelo fight? If they want the Canelo fight bad enough, they'll start unifying titles. Don't leave it up to Canelo. If you're saying that he's cherry picking the weakest fighter, the weakest champion, then why don't you start unifying their titles? So Canelo has no choice but to fight them.
It ain't no arguing.
Canelo's gonna fight her.
Right. That's our point, man. Canelo could easily unify in these titles. For one, he is the bigger name in every division that he goes in to get a title. You agree with that?
So you're telling me Canelo's the only boxer in boxing to unify titles? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not my question. My question to you is, and I'm asking you, is this a fact or not? In every division that Canelo has a title currently, is he not the bigger name in every one of those divisions or not?
Of course.
So what I'm saying to you is, if you put him in with the right opponent and promote this fight by him having that name, Canelo Alvarez, a marquee name, and it's a fight that people have been climbing for and saying that Canelo really don't want this fight, whether this guy is black, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. If everyone is saying, Canelo, you've been ducking this guy, then Canelo shows some nuts and choose this fighter and give the fans what they want. And once the fans is up in arms about this fight, you see what I'm saying? What's going to happen? The promoter's going to want it because the fans want it. See what I'm saying? And that's what makes Canelo be put in a better light, because he gave the fans what they want and he was able to take the challenge and win. That's
Deacon, answer me this: what do more people want to see? Canelo versus Andrade or Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders?
Andrade.
Wrong.
Wrong. You asked me what I want.
No. I didn't say you. I said what do the people? More people want to watch.
So how do you know that consensus
Andrade.
is confirmed though? How do you know that consensus is confirmed though? You don't have a consensus on this, there, Z. Come on, man. That's biased, bro.
Right.
The UK, the UK is really behind Billy Joe Saunders.
Man, who knows? The dude license was suspended, and he's making videos about domestic violence. Who knows who's behind him?
Right.
Okay, Callum Smith.
For PEDs on more than one occasion.
Okay, then how about Callum Smith? He's a huge star in the UK.
But no, don't switch it up so fast, homie, because you just said Billy Joe Saunders, man. You just
Well, you're
all
trying
over the place. Come on, Z, man.
Okay. So we'll just say that the fight that Canelo needs to fight is Callum Smith because he's the only people are demanding a fight.
I'm just tripping off of you. You really trying so you wouldn't have a problem if Canelo never fought Andre ever.
If Andre wanted that fight bad enough, he would have moved to 168 after Canelo fought Fielding because everybody knew
why he got to move up
he's
to
gonna want a full title.
So the culpability is out of Canelo's hands. He doesn't have to pursue anything.
He doesn't.
160 since he's a franchise. He can just do what the hell he wants.
Pretty much. He's the A side, right?
He's trash.
There's no such thing as the A side.
There's not.
Understand something? No, because check this out. I'm gonna prove it to you. Because check this out. Gennady Golovkin, when they fought the first time, when he fought Canelo the first time, who had the belts? Gennady Golovkin. Who was the A side? Canelo.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as the A side, B side, because they got the belts.
But you just proved it. You just proved it. You just proved it.
You just
like right now, if Floyd Mayweather came out of retirement and he fought a champion, who's the A side?
What Floyd got to do with Canelo? Stop bringing in other people to push your narrative on Canelo.
No, but it's just a fact. The A side is the money man. That's why Spence is the money man in his division. If you bring in the money, you are the A side because we want to fight you because you bring in the money. Belts don't mean shit. That's why every champion between 154 to 175 and the UFC is calling out Canelo because he is the A side because he brings in the money.
But what we really want to know is Canelo and Andrade, though. You don't think is any culpability in Canelo not reaching out to face Andrade, one of the best in that division?
Andrade has to make it worth Canelo's time. He hasn't done anything to make it worth his time.
I mean, I want you to understand from Canelo's standpoint, he doesn't have any culpability.
He doesn't. He's fighting champions.
Andrade was
because no matter what, if Canelo, no, he won't. Andrade has nobody knows what Andrade is. So if Canelo fought him and he beats him, nobody would care. He'll just be another champion on his list.
Do you understand that in reality, nobody even knows who Canelo Alvarez is unless you're walking down in Mexico?
Let's see. I live in LA. He's pretty known here.
And what's in LA? Mostly what? Mexican people. If you walk around down south in New York and you ask somebody who is Canelo Alvarez, they're gonna say, "Who the hell is that? He must sell good cigarettes."
Okay, okay. At least Canelo has a place.
Killer, give me one moment, bro.
All right, go ahead.
If Canelo Alvarez does not have a name in New York or anywhere else, nobody else does, bro. How are you gonna say that? I'm from the Bronx, bro. I was born and raised, and then I moved to Miami.
Bro, I ain't talking about no
around Florida, bro. How are you gonna say that Canelo doesn't have a name, bro?
I ain't talking about
if Canelo doesn't have a name, nobody else has a name.
I'm talking about.
Brother,
can I explain it? Can I explain it, please?
He's saying, in essence, brother,
mainstream. There's a difference between being mainstream and being a boxing superstar. Floyd Mayweather was mainstream. Muhammad Ali,
you see, everybody always brings up Mayweather, bro. This is not Mayweather era right now, bro. We're talking about the zone and the contract that Canelo has right now with the zone.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not bringing Floyd in to push a narrative.
You just did, so don't bring him in then.
No,
your homie.
You making me forget what I'm saying because you won't let me complete what I'm trying to say, bro.
You complete it, bro. I'm not gonna cut you off, but I'm just saying, like
you did.
Hey, Glenn, let him speak, Glenn. Let him get off.
I can't even remember what I said because I can't. He cutting me off.
Come on, you got to keep the clip loaded. That easy boxes. Let's go back. Come on.
I
can't even remember what I was saying. But go ahead, bro. Say what you got to say.
Well, I mean, what I was saying was very. I mean, you know, if you had that energy to, you know, keep the same energy. If you had that energy talking about, hey, this dude, Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Really is not known. Who the fuck is more known than Canelo? then you
Okay,
got no
now that
point
you
right
brought
there.
it
You
back
just
to
like
me,
you
now
buried every
you see
single
what I'm
person that
saying?
you're gonna bring into the
No,
picture.
now that you brought it back to me, can I talk?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Okay, the difference is this: Floyd Mayweather, Michael Jordan, people of these statues are household names. Canelo Alvarez is not a household name. Just because he's
So
known
who
by
else on top
no,
of
you gonna
Canelo
let me
is?
talk? Just because he's known by Mexicans, don't mean that
Nah,
everybody
bro.
in the world knows him. Everybody in
Knows
the
by
world don't know
everybody
who
that's
Canelo
boxing.
Alvarez is. Everybody
Bro,
know
so
it.
who
Everybody
else?
in the world don't know who Javante Tank Davis is.
Right.
Everybody don't know who AB is.
Right.
Because they don't watch boxing. They are boxing superstars, not
Right.
mainstream stars.
Agreed.
That's what I'm saying.
And within the
Agreed.
boxing community,
Who is
Canelo
more
sells
known
more
for
pay-per-views than anybody else.
Then
Yeah,
why?
man,
Damn.
but
Sell
boxing
some
is
more.
so small
But
now
let him
compared
answer.
to
Let him
where it
answer.
was,
Who is
bro.
more known than Canelo Alvarez? Like, because that was your point to shoot down Canelo Alvarez. So who is more known than him? If you don't have an
Yeah,
answer, just be honest and say, because it's not Mexican, black, or white, or nothing else. It's that you don't have an answer. You know why? Because Canelo Alvarez is the fucking face of boxing. Period.
I would,
Deontay Wilder.
I would, I would,
Any
I
way
would
you
say
want to wipe
Deontay
your
Wilder is
off.
probably more known than Canelo Alvarez right now.
Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing, my brother.
Deontay Wilder's the
Wait.
face
No,
of
he's not,
boxing,
bro.
bro.
If he's the face
I
of
think
boxing, it's the face of boxing when he was getting punched the fuck out by Tyson Fury and his face looked man nervous. That's the only face of boxing that I see Deontay Wilder, and I was promoting Deontay Wilder. But
He lost.
right
He
now,
lost.
you talking about the
He
face of
lost.
boxing reality?
But Glenn, that's
Reality
not
wise,
that's not the
Canelo
face of
Alvarez.
boxing we
He's
talking
gonna
No
be
about.
fucking
undefeated to
bullshit.
be the
No,
face
no.
of boxing.
Yo,
So
straight
what
up.
Hey,
about
We
wait,
talking
hold
about
on.
we talking about
We
notoriety.
talking about
We talking about notoriety and
that's the
popularity in the
best
face of
fighter
boxing,
in
not the
division?
way you
Wait,
look out of a fight, Glenn.
He lost.
I'm gonna completely disagree with you on that one.
wait.
Really,
Hold on. Can someone explain to me how is it that Wilder's the face of boxing when his biggest pay-per-view is only 800,000, while Canelo just had a pay-per-view with Triple G that was over 1 million. He had two actually in a row that were over 1 million, and somehow Wilder's is bigger than Canelo.
I can tell you right now. You want to know why? Because Deontay Wilder hasn't said anybody. Look, can I explain to you? I'll tell you why he's the biggest name in boxing right now. Because he hasn't given an interview to anybody in boxing. The night of the fight, and he is basically, and he doesn't have a fight and play. I mean, he's got the trilogy match, but there's really, other than that, there's really no news, nothing on that front. And they're basically.
So you're telling
and
me
they're,
it's
hold on, let
socialist?
Let finish.
Let me finish.
Let him finish, Glenn.
Let me finish real quick, bro. This man ain't said nothing to nobody. And he's every other 5 seconds, they got an interview. They trying to get him to talk. They trying to where he's at. They leaking sparring footage. Where's he at? What's he doing? What's he saying? What's going? He ain't said nothing. It's awful nervous. Don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, and then that's not even talking about. We're not even gonna talk about the actual fight, because that's gonna lead to Glovegate and all that kind of stuff. But the fact that this man hasn't said anything to anybody, and they're basically goading him and begging him to talk. Meanwhile, with Canelo, what are we talking about? He's suing his promoter, and he's trying to. No, I'm serious. He's suing his promoter, and he's trying to get away with fighting this guy named Yanni Yildirim in his next fight, and his promoter don't want him to do it, and he's beefing over money, and that's what we're talking about. Like,
I'm gonna let y'all chop it up because
Wilder lost his last fight, but I mean, come on, yo, this is boxing. Like, and you said you was 40, I'm 42, and 40 as well, and dude. This is boxing. If you fighting the best, you're going to lose, bro. Like, that's what happens when you're fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we can't sit here and be like, yo, I can't on one hand sit here and say to you, yo, Canelo, he's a chicken shit. He ain't going to fight Andre. If he fights Andrade and lose, I'm going to give him more props than I'm giving him now, because he took the fucking chance. Like, take the fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you can sit there and say you undefeated and you won this championship in this class, but nobody cares about that, bro. And what's going to happen to this guy is, and I'm telling you, because I think he can fight. I like Canelo fight style, bro. But he gonna end up being the Joe Calzaghe in this era if he's not careful, man. He's just gonna fade away because we don't have no fights to go back on and look like, yeah, man, Canelo, man, I remember when he was fighting, you know what I'm saying, Andrade, or he was fighting Charlo in that 10th round, and he knocked Charlo down, and Charlo knocked him down. Like, we don't have none of that, bro. We got him fighting Floyd and losing. We got him in a really close fight with Lara. We got him in a really close fight with Austin Trout. I mean, since then he hasn't fought a fight. I mean, since he lost to Floyd, since he's fought Lara, has he fought a fight where we really didn't think he wasn't going to win? You could maybe say Triple G, but I mean, he waited. He held that fight off about 2-3 years, bro.
Jacobs, Kovalev. A lot of people didn't think that he was going to win a lot of these.
You didn't think he was going to beat Kovalev off of 2 months rest?
My man, he jumped up 2 weight classes, homie. Like, I don't understand what you're trying to say.
But you didn't think he was going to beat Sergey Kovalev, who had already been knocked out by Alvarez.
Yeah, he had a chance, but it wasn't like definitive. It's like you talking about Gary Russell Jr. right now and fighting Haney. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man.
Hey, hold on. Chris, can you? We're gonna like do this because I think big confusion we have right here is our terms. Why don't you define what the face of boxing is to you?
The face of boxing is the man. I mean, it's like who's the face of the NBA?
No, tell me what do you define the face of boxing?
I'm giving you an example. Like I think LeBron James is the face of the NBA, right? So
why? Why? What makes him the face?
Because he runs it. It's all about him. He's the topic. It's all about him.
And
it's not going to be enough. Z, you're going to ask open-ended questions, and then once they answer, you're going to ask them to explain and provide some type of validation to that. Also, man, you can't do that. Like, it just goes off topic, bro.
Yeah, and it's going to get into confusion because he also said MJ was the face of boxing or face of basketball earlier. And so, like, then I have to confront him about that one. And so it's going to get all disillusioned here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I agree with that with World Combat Sports. Like,
yeah,
let's keep it to 1 point.
Like Wilder, they don't see. Look, man, that's a whole nother conversation. But Canelo was the face of boxing. Canelo was right there to take it after Floyd left, and he didn't fight no goddamn body, bro.
Right.
He didn't fight nobody, bro. He didn't have no fights where my wife was like, yo, you gonna have a fight party for this one, right? You gonna invite everybody over, right? So I can, cook food and go to the liquor store and get all this liquor, and I can entertain and show off my new whatever to your friends' wives when they come over, right? You know what I'm saying? But like when it comes to Wilder, yo, I know this Fury fight. Yo, I know. Yo, is he gonna fight AJ? Why ain't he fighting AJ yet? What happened? 50 minutes. This is my wife, bro. This is a freaking home cooking, you know what I'm saying, child watching, government employee type chick, bro, that does not watch boxing. She watches boxing because I watch boxing. And she be sitting there next to me watching boxing. She's not a boxing
brother,
fan.
shout out to you because my girl's the same way, and all the fights are at my house too. And that's why I was asking you. So I get what your point is, but what I'm trying to ask you is, can you just answer my question as far as who is the face of boxing then if it's not Canelo?
I think it's Wilder, bro. If it's anybody, that's
All
why
right,
I
so
said
I'm going to strongly disagree with that one.
Yeah, and that's why initially when you asked me and I said it was Floyd and we got into disagreement because Floyd's not an active fighter. Floyd's not an active fighter, bro. But he's like Sugar Ray Leonard when he took that time off and came back to fight Marvin Hagler. You know what I'm saying? A super fight.
How many pay-per-views did Brazier versus Wilder make?
That was just on regular Showtime. That wasn't on pay-per-view.
Ortiz.
I don't know.
Wasn't it like 200-some thousand?
He more than that, bro. Like,
it was. They maxed it out at 300 for 275 to 300.
He broke the stats on PBC and Showtime. That's what he did twice.
Yo, man, and like and also, man, let's not act like people don't watch these fights for free, bro. Okay?
And they won't watch Canelo's fight for free when he fought Triple G, when he sold over 1 million both fights. But yet somehow Wilder, who can't break 1 million, is the face of boxing.
I think look, if we're gonna go off the pay-per-view sales, right? Then I mean, if you're gonna look at that narrative, then yeah. I think the thing with Canelo is, he fights on a particular holiday, and I think there's a particular fan base of people that they're not on the internet like us, boxing junkies. They're just, you know what I'm saying, yo, it's our holiday and our guy's fighting, and I'm having a bunch of people over, and we gonna order this fight so I can watch him, you know, get this smoke in. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what about Pacquiao?
Canelo numbers has been dropping.
So what about
Canelo's
Pacquiao?
number has been
Has
dropping.
Pacquiao had $1 million pay-per-view in the past 6 years?
The last fight with Thurman, everybody believes that it was Thurman, but it had nothing to do with Thurman. It has to do with Pacquiao.
I ain't pay for that shit. I ain't gonna even fake.
Hey, World Combat Sports Media.
I ain't paying.
You have analytics. When your title says when do you get more people on your streams? When you see Canelo in your title or Wilder?
Pacquiao needs to fight Terrence Crawford. Pacquiao needs to fight Terrence Crawford.
Pacquiao needs to retire.
Bob Arum said that he did not. He said he blocked the fight with Pacquiao and Crawford because he understood that Crawford would destroy him, and he did not want that for Pacquiao's legacy. He did not want that, and he's moved over to PBC. Now he has the opportunity to make his own decisions. He needs to take that damn fight. How about that?
Yo, Pacquiao's not Bernard Hopkins getting knocked out by what's his name?
What that got to do with what I just said?
Well, because what you're trying to say is that somebody's going to destroy his legacy, right? So let's stick on the same page. I'm listening. My IQ's 157. I'm not slow. So
no, I think what he was saying is, Bob. See, look, listen, Bob. I think what he was meaning was Bob Arum didn't want that for his legacy. But us as boxer fans, we know that we'll respect Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Like no matter how you feel about Manny Pacquiao with whatever, how he fought and all accusations, whatever. My man was fighting it like I remember watching him what was he fighting at 108? Like goddamn, and he's beating motherfuckers at 154. So just off of that alone, you know what I'm saying? He's a G to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know. These guys, these older fighters didn't fight these younger fighters and take their lumps and lose and let these younger dudes step into the stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like where would Keith Thurman be if he'd have fought Floyd Mayweather and beat Floyd Mayweather? Right? Because it's not about the fights you win, it's about the opportunities you get on the big stage. You know what I'm saying? Like Larry Holmes beat Muhammad Ali. We didn't like the way that turned out and looked, and it wasn't. It actually was a terrible look to be honest. But we knew from that point on that Larry Holmes was the man. And then what happened?
And then Mike Tyson beat him, and then
Look
at Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard Hopkins, and then Bernard Hopkins took Kelly Pavlik to school. You know what I'm saying? I get all that. What I'm trying to say is that what he was saying though was when it comes down to it. Right, like basically somebody's ducking somebody, and nobody's ducking nobody. I don't believe anybody's ducking anybody.
That's not what I said or what I meant. That's not what I said or what I meant.
I think Canelo was a face of boxing, bro. But I mean, he went for that money grab with the zone, and I'm not saying I blame him because I mean, if they got a checkbook and they writing checks, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm all about the cash rules everything around me. But I'm just saying, man, like. He fights on the app. He don't even fight on television. Like that's just, I mean, that was not a good move for his brand and for his popularity. It wasn't. Like he's making a lot of money. He's getting paid. He's not generating a lot of money for them people, man. He's not generating like he was supposed to, like they thought. And I mean, part of it's because of his competition. Part of it's because he fights on the fucking internet. You know what I'm saying? And he's got a crappy, he's got Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn behind him, and they're just not really, you know what I'm saying? So it's just that whole situation with the zone is weird. You know what I'm saying? They got the best middleweight in the world fighting on an undercard to like the YouTubers fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not really. They're like the XFL. They're like you know what I'm saying? It's like they're kind of out there with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what I don't care. Look, boxing is an old school. This is an Olympic discipline we're talking about, man. This joint need to be on television. You need to either be able to click on the Fox, click on the NBC, click on the ESPN, click on the Showtime. Like, you can't have people sitting here wondering about an app and a service. Like, that's just not, we're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, it paid him a lot of money, but that was off of his brain. You're not watching his fights. Like that Rocky Fielding fight, nobody watched that fight. The Canelo Kovalev fight, they was in the locker room waiting for the damn UFC card to finish fighting before they went out in the ring. That's a terrible look for the sport of boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I don't know what's going on in this sport, but he can't sit out here and talk about he's the man he is and not put no smoke behind it. He's got to fight some of these guys in their prime that are quality, top of the division guys, top 2, top 3, top 1 guys in these divisions. Or why are you moving up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, I got a lot of respect for you brothers because we were actually able to have a civilized conversation. So I need to make a last point.
I just want to see him do it. I want to see
that. Yo, just give me a last point so I can respond to, and then I'm gonna time it off and World Combat. Yo, mad love to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like for bringing me on tonight. You know, I promoted you on other channel. Hopefully you had mad views tonight. You know what I mean? And hopefully you had a lot of likes as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you be putting in work. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate that, Glenn. Real talk. Salute to Punch Drunk and everybody else. Glenn, Guido, and all the people that came over here. France. I see a lot of people over here from Punch Drunk. One love, man. I appreciate your support, man.
I talk to a lot of these people on a regular basis. So when I say, yo, let's go to a different channel, bro, they don't hesitate. They just come over here and hit the like button. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Salute to y'all.
That's what's up.
Yep. And you at least picked up one new subscriber. So, no, but everybody gonna talk about Canelo needs to step up. Why does everybody else step up? Is he the only one?
Look, I can tell you one thing.
for having big fights?
Relentless. Z is
well,
relentless.
I'm dead serious because I hear nobody complain about any other boxer not fighting anybody except for Canelo when nobody else is fighting anybody else. Why is it only up to Canelo?
So Z, I'm gonna leave it up to you then, bro, because I was trying to say, like, anybody had any last questions? You know what I'm saying? So nobody had no last questions.
Anybody have any last questions, man? Anybody have a last final thoughts? It's like
I'm about to pounce.
Yeah, man.
We good. All right. I love y'all brothers, man. Hopefully we chop it up soon again.
Yes, sir.
Salute, man. Appreciate you.
Salute to the panel, man. I appreciate you, World Combat. I love coming through to chop it up with you, man. And it's been a pleasure. It's always a treat when players meet. Hey, man. Salute to the Kings, man.
You know what it is, man. Thank you, OG, for stopping through, man. Salute to you, Deacon 305.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it was dope politicking with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm
all
saying?
the time, Coach. No doubt, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate politicking with y'all, man. Appreciate you having me on your platform, brother. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side, man. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah, for sure, man. Salute.
Have a good night. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Good night. Thanks for a very civil conversation, and we should have more of these kind of boxing talks where you're not just cussing each other out. It makes everything a lot more enjoyable.
Oh, absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Everybody who stopped through this in the live chat, appreciate you for stopping through, man. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that boxing dialogue from multiple channels, multiple boxing heads, man, individuals who follow the sport on a daily basis and research it on an hourly basis each and every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. Once again, shout out to Punch Drunk for, networking, man, for real. That's what it's about. Appreciate him, even lending out a hand like that. Be sure to check his channel out. He's going to be interviewing the one and only Jaron Boots Ennis, man. He has a fight coming up. I'm looking forward to that interview myself. Real talk. I'm looking forward to him stepping in the ring. And then, that's going to be the next big thing. After this next fight, he should get through it. No problem. Man, I'm pretty sure the questions are going to be rapid. Like, who's next? Who do you want? Who's in your radar? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to all them guys that was over there from Punch Drunk, man. You know what it is. Once again, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports and salute to all.